walking home, I've seen so many people go. Learn to make it on my own. It's easier for me to be alone. So how are you? Keep cutting through, claiming you're not like the other guys. And only if I could give you a chance, show me that you mean it, we'll feel some type of way.
Well, good evening, and welcome all the people up there, and welcome to the Boise State Game Pants Esports Arena. There is our incredible, that was a happy birthday message to somebody. We're going to have to go back and pick that up in a minute. You are watching our coverage of the ECAC Collegiate Valorant. Boise State's looking to pick up a win. They're 4-1. They're against another university, James Madison, also 4-1. I'm Doc Haskell. This guy, Brenner Bear Ladd, he's the expert. I'm going to tee him up all night. Let me start you with this. We're getting close to the end of the season. This is a Swiss season. You're seeing teams that are exactly the same as you in record. When do you start hiding strats for the playoffs and maybe risking a little bit more in these even matchups? Or do you just say, you know what, we're just going to go with what we've been working on and expose it and risk being found out early?
I definitely think you have to go with kind of the riskier side of showing what you got. I mean, this is the type of point where these teams are even. You want to try to get to the playoffs or else you run the risk of getting eliminated. So this is definitely where you want to try to, give it your all and continue forward, especially with the newer patch notes. We see the meta changing up a little bit, so you definitely want to see these teams give it their all so they can stay in this playoff. Okay,
as we get ready for this this matchup, right, here's what we know, is that they banned Fracture. Which I would too, to be completely honest. We banned Split, and then we started the map pick. They selected Bind as the first map. This is best of 3. We selected Haven as the second map, and if we get to a third map, Ascent. Who does this favor?
I mean, first map, Bind, is Boise State's most played map, so it has to...
Don't tell them. Don't tell them.
I mean, it's looking good for us on the side of at least the first map. Going over to the second map of the Ascent, right? Or third map.
Haven.
Haven, there you go. Mm-hmm. So going over to Haven, it's a map that we have played a ton of, but with Bind being our most played, we're going to come out the gate very strong. It's something you stress in most games is winning that first fight gets you such the advantage. Yeah. So winning the first map just puts you up that much better. And especially this being a best of 3, winning the first map, being our most played, should set us on a very good pace. All
right, so let's take a look at the way the ECAC is set up. Now, this is, of course, a Swiss league, and it's best. It's 5v5, of course, best of 3. First to 13, we swap after the 12th round, and the team that does not choose the map does get to choose the side. So we'll see how that works out for Boise State if they're going to go attack. What's your preference? Attack on Bind or defend on Bind?
I personally prefer defending just because that allows you to shore up your defenses and not have to push angles that you could lose. It allows the defenders to, hold the angles. They don't have to play as aggressive, be a bit riskier. And we know Boise State is strongest in the early rounds. Yep. So if they end up getting pushed over to attack, they're feeling comfortable because they're most consistently winning those early rounds.
Okay, so as we look at this here, what we'll find is that we'll see pretty quick. If they feel confident going in and forcing them to have the higher pressure first. Of course, this is Boise State and James Madison. But before we get into that, there's a way to play it and there's a way not to play it. You mentioned win those early fights. There's some keys, I believe, to this game. Whose are they? Are they your Brenner's keys? No, they're mine this time. Okay. Focus angles, flank, know your win condition, count cards and abilities. I want to go back and talk about that in a second. And, of course, click heads. Top fraggers are going to help their team out a ton. Absolutely a ton. And, of course, these keys are brought to us by Drop-In Gaming. Drop-In Gaming is the premier online platform for gamers who seek competition. Play your favorite games to win cash and prizes through free and paid entry matches and tournaments. Whether you're new to the scene or a seasoned veteran, Drop-In Gaming has the right games and competitions for you. Begin your competitive journey. Sign up at dropingaming.com. Okay, so we've got our solid group. We're about to drop into map here in just a second. So let's go back to this idea of counting cards. When we're talking about counting cards or counting abilities, calling out abilities, what are we thinking?
Yeah, so here in Valorant, a lot of the time it's going to be, if either team was running a Sage, which they aren't, they would call out if they saw the wall, the slowing orb, the smoke grenades, even flashes, because those are something that a lot of these players have to buy in these buy rounds. And, a lot of the times in these early ecos, you want to save up to, get those Phantoms, get the Spectres really early on to just continue that snowballing lead. So, like you said, counting cards, calling abilities is so important because you know who has what utility left in their toolkit in order to push that angle, try to take sight. So having that communication. Another great key of the game that you talk about all the time, sweaty comms. If you're calling out those abilities, it's important information that you need to be calling out, and also know when not to call it out, because your teammates are listening for those footsteps. Because this is definitely one of those important sound games that if you hear the footsteps around the corner, you can swing it and win that fight.
Dreammaker puts out that Sonic Arrow very early. It comes back pretty quick just to make sure he can get that orb, get himself a little bit further ahead. Looks like they're coming on the, well, the A side right here. They can't see that. They know the smoke is out. The brim smoke is out. They're getting set up. This is going to be a peeker's window right here. See what they do. Back over to the B side. It's an even push here.
Yeah, Boise State going with the 2-3, but 3 over on A. And James Madison playing this very safe. Very little damage has been exchanged on that Sova for James Madison. So it seems that they're finally going to go for the push, but down mid towards A.
Yeah, they're holding showers there, getting peeky. Looks like the pressure is on, though. They're pushing mid. Sova Arrow finds them out. You got to get hid real quick. Wall comes down. You can hear it.
Spike planted.
Knows that somebody's in there. Still no eliminations. That thing's ticking.
Yeah, usually we see Boise State being very aggressive in these early rounds and winning these gunfights, but they're playing very slow in first blood.
Oh, wow. Shoots like I do today. Boise State only one left. Oh.
I mean, at least they got one. It wasn't a complete flawless wipe, but a very strong opener from James Madison.
That was really interesting. Okay, so they're going to have to adjust a little bit here. We're going to take a look at this. It's still 5v5. Look at that. The spike ticking up in the corner. Can't quite connect there. The blind hits, but just in a bad spot. The Brimstone gets one with that Sheriff, but does not get the other two.
Yeah, Panda with that chamber always does a ton of great work and was able to at least pick off one, so that's just that much little eco that they can try to close that gap. But now James Madison's going to be coming out the gate with these SMGs. They're going to have the advantage, so Boise State's going to have to play just that much safer. And it looks like James Madison is also going for a B push this time.
So Shells spends a little bit too quick. Oh, interesting. The Owl comes in. They're going to get some more visibility. Let's see if we get a nice... Oh, very cool. He's looking for that. He's got this lineup just right. There we go. He's got it where he wants. Gets a little bit. Oh, great job. 1 for 1 right there. It's 3v4 on the side. Now it's 4v2 on the side of James Madison. They're going to plant that spike. Whoa!
Last player standing.
Another one. There's only so much you can do.
I mean, at least he tried swapping to a secondary before reloading, which is the traditional, you know, Call of Duty strat. So at least we saw that attempt there. But once again, Panda on this chamber, at least trying to even the odds, getting 1 or 2 of those eliminations for his team, trying to get some economy on their side, because right now James Madison has been running away with it. But as we took a look at the roster right now with the guns, Boise just saved up, and now they have ARs. They got those Spectres and Phantoms going up against James Madison with only the Sheriffs and those SMGs. Things are looking good for them.
So Boise State sets up with a strong side A defense, 3 on that side. You got Jabald and Shells on the other side. Looking at that, trying to get...
Yeah, Astra trying to place down those stars even after that slight nerf, can place them a bit farther, using them a bit more vigorously, trying to push those angles for their team. But Boise State needs to hold these angles. You can see they're getting antsy. They want to peek it, but they have the advantage.
Oh my goodness. Just not connecting on that. They got to get warmed up here. It was almost too good. It's almost too good. I think sometimes you get in that position. 4v2. They're using, this is Zobo trying to get that flipped out a little bit. Really nice job by James Madison. Really setting up exactly what they need, forcing Boise State to use abilities and to, I mean, they're so smoke heavy, aren't they? I mean, they're so like
yeah, they know where to put them for those rotations, and with 2 members remaining on Boise State, it seems that they're just going to try to stay alive, keep those Phantoms and Vandals on their side, because James Madison just came in with those Spectres and cleaned house very well. they're definitely working as a well-oiled machine, and Dreammaker is very low on health. We'll just have to go for the survive, but
Last player standing.
just didn't have that health advantage.
No. So this is going to be a quick 3-0 for James Madison, setting up round 4 here. Boise State in a little bit better position with a little bit more economy, a little bit more purchase. They're going to set up again, I think, here. Yep, it's good old Silva and Rays heading over toward the B side. Looks like our Brim might come with. That's 3 on the B side, 2 on the A. Always how you take that. Now he's running back. Well, Shell's switching back over here.
Yeah, so this is definitely going to be a saving run for Boise since they lost so many of those ARs. Shell's the only one managing to stay alive, but seems that they also want to get kind of aggressive. Panda's very low after just some paint through the smoke. Will even get spotted by the drone, so he has to teleport out. It's another ability gone, but...
Yep. Well, the drone gets no value in that case other than to spot him out, but that goes away pretty quickly. Really taking their time. Impressed by the James Madison patient play early, setting up the plays that they want, forcing a lot of spend early by the Broncos.
Yeah, Dreammaker getting pushed pretty hard right now on that A side. Only finally Panda will rotate back around after teleporting and coming back. It seems all the members of Boise State are rotating around except for her one who's making their way slowly, making sure there's no flank rotate, but...
and they get it, so he knows somebody's over there. He doesn't probably know how many.
Oh! Once again. Clean headshot with the Sheriff, though.
Yep, that was very, very nice. There we go.
Last player standing.
So close.
1v3.
Nothing planted yet, so this is really a, well, except for the health, Boise State's benefit. He's looking, knows that there's 3, doesn't know where they are, but they're going to plant a site here.
Yeah, Viper with the spike just crossed the entire map and said, all right, you're over there, let's cross over, and that'll be it.
So little you can do with 23 health and not knowing where anybody is. Okay, as we take a peek at it here. This was early in that round. That was a great shot.
Yeah, clean trades back and forth at least, but James Madison just kept pushing forward as Boise State still was able to even out the 2 for 2, but then they just got 2 more and weren't able to trade.
Okay, so Broncos need to do a good job of just winning some of these duels. And right now it's just a little bit late. They're outgunned a little bit. Oh.
Scouted very early on.
Yep.
The teleport set up, spray through the smoke. It's not even damage, that's surprising, but Panda gets first blood.
Nice, okay. Broncos with the first advantage of the match. Looking for an opportunity. It really, really heavy at this point, scouting A, trying to find him. The Al drone finds one out, but he can't get his gun out in time. Oh, nice, through the wall, a little wall bang. Ah, making an equipment switch. That is one of the things that is most difficult for me about this game.
Yeah, but now it's a 2v2 situation. James Madison does have the health advantage, but they know they're going for that A push once more, so Boise State able to collapse on it. But the smoke goes down.
Nice job, nice job. Cost time.
Drone even scouted him out. They know he's there. The wall did come down from that Astra before she went down, so that is the ult.
30 seconds left.
Yeah, if they lose this round and they lose the ult, that could be bad. It's 2v1 favoring the Broncos. No idea where Didi doesn't know where it is.
It's right.
Oh! You know what? And gets that crossfire. Went for the 1v1. Did not know. He was
Panda
up
with the quad.
In heaven up there. Yeah. Nice job. Okay, so Boise State starting to swing this economy a little bit. Going to force every member of James Madison to spend a little of their hard-earned money. That they do have 4 rounds to do it there. That was a nice one. Using that almost
HP for all of that.
But almost, it reminds me a lot of the dash itself. I mean, except you can predetermine the location of that dash, but it's a little bit of a dash Or an exchange dash exchange. All right. Setting it up here.
Yeah, called in the sniper as well, so he's going to be going for those one-shots. Drone's coming out again. He get taken down immediately, but knows they're there. Great jump shot onto him.
Oh, my goodness.
Ooh, but this Sova ult's coming out, able to take down J-Bag, so trades so far. Both ults were used.
Yeah, that's a 2-ult exchange, though. They spent 2 ults on this, so even if they get it, it's an expensive round. Ooh, takes a little bit of a hit there.
Only down 25.
Oh, great shot by Jabald.
Will get stunned, but it's not going to even get pushed for that. That's surprising if they landed that, but going to go in, trying to set off the smokes. Rye's going to pick him up as he was in. I believe he might have just been stuck in the UI of placing it.
Oh, wow. That's the 3rd ult spent on this one round, and I don't know that that was a good decision.
Got the headshot, so they're +1 in this fight now. He knows they're there. Gets the shot. He's on a triple again. Can he make it a quad?
30 seconds left.
Spike isn't down either. Trades, but
There we go. Broncos very confidently coming back. No panic. Really good opening round by, openings by James Madison, but this is really uncharacteristic of what they've shown us so far. They lost some gunfights, and they used 3 ults on this.
yeah, it was definitely some lost value, especially when they hit, we saw them hit the concussion on that breach and then continue to not push it until he was in the UI and then pushed it, which hopefully they heard that sound cue, which is why they pushed it at that time. But Panda just doing work for Boise State right now, and they also have the ult advantage. This is 3-0 for the ults. Boise State bringing it back as it is 2-4. Quick exchange, even through the wall.
Oh, sees a little flash of the arm and then just decides to go for it. Found out Jabald. He's in a bad spot, gets a shock dart. He's gonna have to try to get away, but they're gonna hear the footsteps. That was not a quiet.
He did have the cover of the backup teammates above him, so at least he
true.
played that safely. And now the single member of James Madison pushing B right now. So hopefully those two wins that 2v1 situation, but as we mentioned, clicking on heads can make the difference that much quicker. So GSB just seems gonna back off a little bit. James Madison losing a member so early on, who was not Spike character. Astra has the Spike. Couldn't see that behind their name, but
Yep, but nicely.
slow rotation over again. They're wasting a lot of time here.
Is it wasting time or is it being patient?
I mean, that also makes you kind of antsy when it's, the last 20 seconds, you haven't gotten the Spike down
30
and the
seconds
enemy
left.
still have the numbers advantage. It's definitely a risky game that they're playing at, especially with that Viper still all by herself over on A.
Well, patience definitely favors the defender in a case like this.
Ooh, the ult rocket came
my
out.
goodness.
That's a triple for Shells.
Yep, and he realizes he's over there.
10
Ooh,
seconds
but
left.
Panda down.
Yep, Rye, now the solo member, just looking for another kill, accepting that they're not going to get the spike, not going to plant it, it's out there. Maybe just trying to get a little something. Doesn't do it. Okay, now I would say that the economy is in favor of the Broncos at this point.
Yep.
That's 3 in a row. They've got a couple of ults that should be up and coming. No, actually, they spent 1 here.
Which did get value. I mean, they got the elimination, which led to a triple, no less. So definitely just using those ults better than James Madison so far. But James Madison winning those early rounds has definitely thrown Boise State off their game, because normally those are the rounds they capitalize on.
Yeah.
So as we wait for this timeout, Boise State, as you mentioned, has the 3-0 ult advantage right now. So they are looking good going into this. You said they're on the 3-0 streak, so the economy's in their favor.
Yep.
So you have to wonder, for James Madison, they kind of need to speed things up. They've wasted a lot of time, and we saw right there at the tail end, they just had 10 seconds of final member remaining, didn't have the Spike, couldn't really do a whole lot because they had to rotate over from B by themselves because they were split off.
So what they've shown early is that if they're patient and they make the Broncos really start hunting for them, they can take advantage of that. They can get an early advantage, and then they can use their utility to create those opportunities. I think we're dropping back into game now. And when they do that, and they can force the Broncos to do more, then they can take advantage of that. But if the Broncos are patient, it doesn't help them, right?
Yeah, that's the part
They
of
just
being
lose
the
time.
defenders first is as long as you can outweight your attackers, time's in your favor. So you just got to be able to hold that adrenaline for a minute and wait for them to push those angles. And Boise State's been able to capitalize it. We saw that with Panda getting the through-the-wall elimination once he saw the arm just flick a little bit. So we know Boise State can do it. James Madison's now going to get a little bit more aggressive, just hard pushing B.
Yeah, and honestly, that was probably the decision they wanted to make there. Hard pushing B was a real big help. Oh, here we go. Ult's coming out.
We'll get one.
Sova gets one with that and dings a couple others. This is 3v3.
Very quick trade for those four members, but
yeah.
at least he used his ult before going down, so that is.
And he hears the big push. They're going to run to the other side. I'm sure this is going to get planted before they have a chance. Well, maybe not. They're trying to peek out. They use that Sonic. They don't pick up anybody.
Yeah, Reyna used her ult as well, as we can see. He's so trying to take advantage of it. Now Jabal's going to use his own. Will get one on the spike planter. So that just buys him that much more time, but the spike did end up going down.
And so close right there. Oh, what a great play with a slow-loading weapon. Honestly, that's one of the scariest things. Somebody comes up with an SMG of some sort, and you've got a bolt action. That is not as much fun. That was a really nice job by James Madison pulling that one out. And honestly, I think that the change of tempo is what benefited them. If they kind of keep that tempo up, they're going to find they dictate again, right?
Yeah, they also held that really well. They had the crossfire setup of two members on opposite sides of that site. So when you were pushing one, you had one right behind you. So definitely put Boise State in a rough spot.
Boise State favoring the Phantoms right now. A lot being, and he goes down. He knows he can't get out. That was the Reyna there for Boise State. They're down one. Oh, nice job. Even it up right there. Shells takes out Dorico.
So now 3v3, 3v2 as soon as we say it, but Shells taking down GSB means they're looking good, and James Madison still pretty much at their spot at this point. Very slow pushing up B. They do have a minute to burn, but it's a 2v3. They need a pick here to at least even things up and give themselves a chance.
Sideline covering A, also covering back there, but not a lot of visibility into the upper part of B there. They're peeking through. He's kind of looking.
Definitely the motto of this is slow and steady wins the race so far, because both these teams have just had to play so slow and safe, because when James Madison gets aggressive, they've been losing the rounds, and now with only 30 seconds, they have to get aggressive. Gonna use that scouting arrow, maybe found one.
Shells had taken that spot over by the teleport cleanly in the past. Oh! Tasty Shells. I believe that's number 3 for Shells on there.
Oh. Ball just got aggressive, swung that angle.
Oh my goodness.
Cost 2 for Boise. That evened up quickly.
No, Sarif doing a nice job there. 1v1. Oh!
Hey, that's a quad for Shells.
All right. Hunt.
Spike.
Go shopping for guns.
Yep.
Shells, come on. Come on, Shells.
16 HP. He's just going to show off. He knows the camera's on him. Why not?
Yeah. I don't know.
There we go.
Back in my father's day when we played Valorant, you didn't showboat like that. You'd get a whipping.
How long ago was this?
It was real Valorant. We played it with slingshots.
That would be an interesting game mode. Valorant with slingshots.
Yeah, slingshots and stink bombs. That's how we used to play Valorant back in my day.
I mean, at least they still have Molotovs.
Yeah, we'd go into the woods behind the neighborhood, and we'd shoot slingshots at each other. That was Valorant back in the day. Okay, so look at this.
After that tangent, let's go back.
JMU going econ. I mean, just going
sheriffs.
Yeah, sheriffs at this point, trying to save some money.
I mean, going for those one dings, one-shot headshots can definitely swing the tide in your favor. Panda's been doing it again and again. We'll even see it not go for through-the-wall elimination. I mean, he has the magazine capacity. He can just go for that trade, but he loses half his HP from one bullet. That's the power of a sheriff.
A sheriff is really powerful if you can click on heads with it. You do really have to practice that, though. You can't run and gun with it. You gotta, you know, peek and fire, peek and fire.
We're just barely missing out by that little inch of, if you'd moved further to the left, you would have seen him, but Dreammaker is definitely in a risky position because there's 4 members of James Madison pushing B, and they're all by their lonesome.
All right, now with the thrown grenade, is where it is. Oh,
Scout it out.
oh, so close.
Trades back and forth, but so far James Madison is +1. Smoke goes down. Boise State gets on the aggressive, pushes it. Panda even jumping
There we
down, gets the
go.
shot, doesn't check behind him.
Okay,
Spike down.
2v2, spike
30
on the
seconds
ground. This favors the defenders here. Oh!
Just lined up that headshot and gave it all the time in the world. Once again, James Madison just setting up that crossfire angle. Scout it out.
10
Check above
seconds
you.
left.
Oh! That was a nice thrifty round by James Madison. They're showing that they can do it. That's a good team play there. That shows a lot of organization on the side of James Madison for that.
Yeah, very close game. We're only 4-6 now. Closing out, only 2 rounds remaining before we swap sides.
So tough there because there's so little you can do. They've got the ability to use some of the, I mean, like, you know, use that recon arrow to find out where you are. They were in a really good position. They didn't even have to spend that much to take it. So
Dreammaker's the only one who bought an actual AR. The rest of his members just stuck with their sidearms. He's going to go before that Bulldog, able to take down the drone at least. So that is one less utility that they have. James Madison and also going to commit the drone, going to lose it to J-Bag with the Sheriff. So
pull the dart, pull the dart.
once again, James Madison going for a B push, and Shells gets the first elimination. Wins the mirror match. J-Bag gets another. Boise State up 2, make that up 3 with Panda taking down the Viper.
Really impressive so far.
One enemy remaining.
Oh,
Back another one. Perfect.
Thrifty.
A flawless round for Boise State.
flawless thrifty. Very impressed here.
Last round before
Making
the
sure to
switch.
run and take as many guns as they can because they were definitely down in eco, but the Sheriff and the Classic honestly worked very well for Boise. After losing those early rounds, they showed why they're just that good with the pistols.
Yeah, and they opened up those angles. They knew exactly what angles they needed to cover, right? And took care of that. They had the triangle defense set up on B site there. You had one person peek and haul. You had somebody in elbow, and you had somebody just below window.
Let's play.
And that's the way you defend it with 3 people. You've got all those angles covered. Even if you go down, you've got angles on the others.
Yeah, and a great early Sonic era coming out from
Oh, that was
Dreammaker
fabulous.
will show that they're all pushing A site this time, so making sure to rotate around quickly so Boise State is all set up.
The least used ability.
Both
in that
ults coming
stim.
out from James Madison, both the Chamber and Astra ult here. Still holding on to that Sova ult, but the Rhea ult will come out from Boise State, so they used the one that they had.
Gets away with only 1 health taken off. Impressive.
I believe that was just from the damaging on the ground, not even a bullet fired, so very well played by Panda, who ends up getting right.
Panda doing well. Oh, Panda now gets GSB.
So they're up 1. Only ended up losing Dreammaker that time, so rotated all the way over to B, and with the spike, Boise State's going to have to rotate over very quickly.
Zombo, a really clean play.
Ooh.
Great awareness. Oh!
Panda was on that triple, so the mirror match Chamber decided to end that there, but Shells is going to have a hard time pushing it because he knows the sniper's right there.
Oh, we missed the
player
exchange right
standing.
there, but we know how it ended.
Even
Shells
Som.
goes down, J-Back goes down. Zombo having a super round right there. Oh, nice job by Jabald. Now it's 1v1.
knows it's the Astra just because of the ability usage. 1v1. Astra does have the health advantage.
Oh. So what do you do in that situation? Are you gonna do a spike check in
Switching
that
sides.
situation and look for the fight, or are you going to go take the fight?
I personally would have taken the fight. He had just won against the chamber. Or he knew she was there, could have pushed it. You know she was waiting to hear the spike check. So if you had done that slow walk up, you didn't have enough time to go for the defuse. So at least get that extra eco, and you weren't even able to escape the spike. So that was an all-around loss for Boise State. But getting that elimination just gives you that much more money in between the rounds, even though you don't get the whole lot of it.
Okay, Shell's in a position here.
Yeah, we swap sides now,
Yep.
so starting back from the early pistol rounds, this is what Boise State lost that they're traditionally very good at. So hopefully now with the side swaps and getting a gauge for their opponent, should be able to come back and take these rounds.
Jabal playing midfield, discovered there as he kills the,
Also has the spike, so
Bomb
it looks like Boise State's going for an A push.
although you're still holding that long three. Okay, and starting to rotate now.
Yeah, trying to take that Cubby and Bath on A. So trying to go for a little bit of a split push. Only 2 members. The Viper wall will go down.
Oh!
Goes in their favor, though.
Okay, still a clean round. The Viper wall.
Oh!
Oh!
Barely missed it.
Had it set up.
No, she's there.
Oh, nice job. Great use of the utility to get her to move. You hear the footsteps. You go. Exchange here again. Who's going to get this one? Not able to do it. Oh! But both of them very, very low. Spike is going to get planted.
Perfect timing on that smoke right as they swung the angle as well.
Really good coordination there.
2v2.
Shells trying to...
Last
Ah!
player standing.
This is all on the Brimstone. He's got the line.
The chamber's at 1 HP.
One enemy remaining.
Oh,
they
so
traded.
close.
A much closer round
Yeah.
than we saw in the very first initial early round. So Boise State learning their opponents slowly, but only one survivor is good for the econ for both sides at least, because that doesn't mean James Madison is, miles ahead anymore.
No, not miles ahead. As we take a look at the replays, they set up here for the next round here. A nice job with these exchanges. The question is, is there more value in forcing them? You're pretty low in that case. Do you wait? Do you get a rotate? Do you let them start? To defuse and genuinely wait until you're close to the end before peeking, because people are much less likely. All right, setting up here.
Drone immediately scouts out. They know that she's there. Looking too far to the right.
So close.
Coming in with the frenzy.
Oh, frenzy time. Oh, nice job.
J-Back with the Sheriff does not like to miss.
Gonna get that health back.
Does pick up the Ares and a judge on Jabal.
We'll be taking those. Thank you very much.
Now Boise State +1. Does he even plant the spike? No, there's at least one.
Spike down B.
Tough
One
spot.
enemy remaining.
Dreammaker trying to make it happen. Jabag in the middle of getting the soul out. Can't
Too
do
slow
it.
to-
1v1. Who's got it?
Yeah,
Oh, nice
perfect
job.
timing.
Yep, waiting for that spread to take off a little bit, and then almost gets the spike down.
He wanted that extra cash of getting the
Yep.
spike plant down, but just a second off. And this Ares play was very good, able to take down the chamber, but as soon as he had to swap back, was not able to get the remaining member left. But right as they stopped firing, perfectly times it, pushes out, gets the headshot.
I even think there might have been some bullets still flying at that point. Okay, set up mid now. This is the Broncos with 6, James Madison with 8.
Still just been a 2-round difference between these two teams. James Madison, from those 2 early rounds, has just maintained this lead, but Boise State is definitely in a position to take it back after that round win, because they have all the Vandals and Phantoms this time.
Yes, they do, sending it in there. Oh, more abilities come out. This is Broncos in a tough spot here, hard committed, but almost everybody's there on the side of James Madison. Everybody knows where you are now. the dab spray, penguin dab spray, impressive.
Chamber with the rifle, though.
Player
Nah,
standing.
can't get there, pick up the other weapon. This is 1v4, If anybody can do it, Panda can do it. Let's see what you got, Panda. Clears the
This is
back
the one before.
side
It'll
of
be
window.
fine.
Oh, got one.
He's able- Gets one, runs away.
That's what you do.
I mean, yeah, you whittle them down. They're the defenders. They're not going to get aggressive because they just lost a buddy. So,
Yep.
but it seems that they're going to do exactly that anyway.
Thrifty.
Ah, there
And
was
win.
an opportunity. He had the spike for a hard rotate there, you know, and hoped to get those trailers in there, but decided to take the fight anyway.
Yeah, I just didn't check that angle hard enough. Wasn't expecting the
Yep.
full 90-degree hold. Expected more of the 45, and it's just the judgment call that cost him that. But now James Madison looking very good with 3 members living for that eco. They're looking to try to pull away here because now they're in a 3-round lead. But Boise State, if they're staying consistent, are never going to let it go past a 2-round lead. But that's exactly what James Madison needs to win, because as soon as they get to 13, they'll take it.
Broncos need a win and then a second win in a row. Knows that there's somebody right there in that little cubby.
Hitting all the sonic arrows to try to find him.
That's right. Takes some chunks off there. He's going to use the owl as well. Just wants to clear this. Peeks, sees him on the other side. Knows that cubby is clear now. Oh, impressive.
Doesn't know Cubby's clear because he just sprayed hoping for someone to run across. And Panda
Panda, you dirty.
bringing it back.
Yeah. I don't know. How do you insult the panda? It's difficult to do.
He's not a trash panda.
No.
He's just a
No, no, no.
normal panda. Something like that. But
J-Bag.
Boise State up 1.
Yep.
So looking a bit better, but 50 seconds on the board. They're going to have to start hard pushing this cubby with no one being there. And there are 3 stacked on it. This is something we've seen Boise State in the past really struggle with, is they push up kind of in a single file, and that leads to a lot of multi-kills for the opposing team.
They're in a good spot. Weapon
Oh.
change, but he can't get it cocked and loaded
30
quick enough.
seconds left.
Dreammaker takes out GSB.
Trading at least, still maintaining that lead, but James Madison has the Astra ult that they could use, but Spike is down.
You want
Okay.
to play? Let's
Added
play.
cash for that.
Chamber ult comes out for Boise State.
Yeah, patience is what is required now because they know where they've got to go, and you know where they've got to go.
Oh! It's too
Connects
far
on
to
the
the
shoulder.
left.
They've got this really nicely
29
controlled.
HP though, this is definitely a risky play. Looking for those right clicks with the classic. Saw the arrow,
Oh, and gets it with the classic, no less.
still trading. Boise State still having the advantage. Even
Let's go, thrifty team here. Nice job.
probably could have saved that Sonic arrow, but it's fine. They came away with the win, and 2 members survived. That's good eco for Boise State.
And look at this, the classic. With great skin on the classic too, and gets the Sova with that.
Very Borderlands.
Yeah. Yeah, it is very Borderlands. That black outline. Yep.
Yeah.
There it is again. Yep. That was
Great play by Boise State. They set up the crossfire. The same thing James Madison used on them when they were on attack, pushing that A site.
Yep.
So,
okay.
live and learn for sure.
Looks like they're doing a strong B push here.
Asha smoking it off immediately. Gonna have to use that Sova Sonic to scout it out. See, one member's pushing them. They both get scouted. J-Bag comes away with it with the spray through the smoke. So they're already +1 so early on. And James Madison used the chamber ult as well. So they've committed 1 so far in this 3-3 ult economy.
He's got visibility on him now.
No, there's one back there as well as the brimstone smoke comes in from the sky.
Yep.
Try to shut off that sight line.
Oh my, what?
Down.
Clean shot.
Very clean. Nice job.
Both ultimates coming out from Boise State of that Rhea and the Sova ult.
Okay.
Able to pick off one.
Oh, Rays connects midair. This is 3v3
rocket.
right now.
James Madison used their own rocket.
There
And
we go.
Last one, Viper remaining. Had to rotate over from A, so the defenders are now the attackers.
Just a little bit of wallbang damage there.
Nice
Wow.
flick.
Nice job with the blind too. Taking that out.
One enemy remaining.
Ooh, good call on where to look for that angle, but now going to use the Viper ult. Gets the defuse, puts J-Ball Oh, but here comes the
Oh,
Brimstone.
let's go. Nice
14
job with the
HP, very low. You know where the spike is? You saw her. You can hear it. Yeah,
There we go.
Might die to spike here, though.
You know what, though?
Ah.
There are worse things. They got the point.
And they won the round.
They won the round. That's 2 rounds in a row for the Broncos. That's what they needed. They bring it from 9-6 to 9-8. We're watching the replay.
Yeah,
And there's
correct.
J-Bag on stage.
This
right
is
here.
a perfect replay of why you bring a Brimstone. That ult, you're the last one
100%.
alive, needed to guard the spike, and
100%.
that forced them off of it, forced them into the open, lowered their health dramatically. 14 HP, that's 1 bullet. That's all he needed to come away with that win.
Okay. Broncos setting up here now. They're looking at Link and Short. Oh, there's some action going on the other side, and that's Bass side.
Smoke's down.
That's a big, big boost for
They
the,
have control
Broncos.
of A,
Yeah, they do.
so this should be an easy spike for them.
Rotations coming slowly from the side of James Madison, and they may not be able to do much. This could very easily become
They have 2 members on the
tie.
flank and 1 coming cubby. So
Yep.
Rhea is going to have to watch her back. Chamber taking the high ground above A. So we could see another Chamber mirror match here going down. But
Yep.
Boise State got the spike plant and immediately backed off. But you can see the Astra coming up from behind.
Bath well covered there. That's 2 shark darts in a row. No
Oh.
value takes him out. They've got to make a move. If they're going to make a move, they can either save. They didn't. They didn't. I couldn't even formulate it fast enough, and they'd already given away position and gone for it. Broncos, 9. And, of course,
Close the
James
gap.
Madison, 9. Nice job.
So Boise State closed that gap. They were down 2, down 3 even at one point. Now evening it up. Things are definitely looking up for Boise State. It seems the longer the matches go, they've just gotten better and better learning the opponent. This is something that we talked about at the very beginning. Do you show all your strategies right out the gate in order to win, or do you try to hold back? And it seems that Boise State might have just been holding back, and now that they've learned, they're just going all out. But now James Madison also has an operator. The first operator we've seen in this matchup could be the determining factor, being that one-shot gun.
Could be. I thought we had one. I thought the Chamber had one on defense on B just a couple of rounds ago and couldn't get value
He has a
out of it.
built-in sniper.
Oh, this
the
is true.
operator
This
is something
true.
you do buy.
Yes, yes. Okay, I was just going by the sound of that thing.
He
and they
has
sound
big
pretty similar.
sniper. It goes boom.
Yep. Big sniper.
But drone going to be committed by Boise. We'll scout out at least 2 members. Grenade comes in, lowering Jabal down to 89. Still has a little bit of shield left, though.
That's a good sign.
A lot of utility being used over here on B, as 2 members of James Madison are still over on A.
Oh,
That doesn't seem they're needed.
J-Bag goes down. They're
Rocket
gonna-
comes out.
Yep, gets a little bit of value out of that. GSB goes down.
Spike goes down.
Oh! At least he gets planted here.
Dream through the smoke. Now, opposite Sova ult comes out, picks up J-Bald, so no ults remaining on either side now. Panda
One enemy
gets it.
remaining.
Panda gets 2. Panda on a triple once again, sees the remaining member.
The Sova from the Bulldogs does a nice job. I like that. What do we call the kill animation? That's one of my favorites.
The death animation?
Death animation, the final death animation.
A lot of them are from the Ruined King event in League of Legends, so that would be my guess of what it could be, because those are the ones I see most often. But
Yeah, that was a pretty good one. That's one of the. Yeah, there it is.
that one was,
Big old tree.
it's probably still from League. My guess is that's more from
Probably.
the Akali, because that's what
Hey.
it looks like. But I don't know,
Well, you,
because we're here playing Valorant and not League.
well, maybe chat can tell us.
Chat
what's
can
going
tell
on.
us, but Panda with that
Oh,
operator
what?
now bringing it out.
That's right. Click heads, go home.
And it was the mirror match, no less, showing who is the better chamber.
In this round, better chamber.
He ran away with it as
Goes-
J-Bag's trying to get some exchange with the enemy Sova over on B. Boise State actually playing this very split right now. 3 over on A, but Chamber in that mid can rotate very quickly, so it seems Boise's just going to swap over to the A, even scouting him out with the drone.
Revealing area.
Trying to scout him out, find any of those members. Going to set up that cross angle.
Shot that.
Now with Viper down, they're looking for another flawless.
James Madison still sticking with their angle here.
First time Boise State has ever had the lead, and they're looking to maintain it, not losing a single member, and all members seemingly still at full health as well. Boise State's just popping off right now.
JMU's Noah goes down right
Their
there.
operator, but finally,
Player standing.
Ah,
they
there it
lose
is.
one.
Boise State making the big turn here. That's 11 now. So if we're keeping track, this is a 5-round swing in favor of the Broncos. They seem to have the code here. They're warmed up, and they've been taking out James Madison round by round.
I mean, if you look at the economy, even if Boise State loses this, they just have so much banked up that they can easily still buy all the guns that they currently have. And James Madison spent everything they have right now, which is why they have another operator. So sniper battles are going to come down right now.
Yes, they are. Okay, so.
Hopefully Panda can win this. They've been the most consistent.
Oh,
Early
really, really fast trade there.
Ooh,
My
couldn't
goodness.
flick fast enough, but there comes Panda.
Nice job. Takes out
3v2
Zobo.
very quickly.
Jabal goes down.
Spike down. B.
Didi takes him out.
2v2, both chambers. It's going to be Battle of the Snipers calling it now. Ooh, he went for the shot.
Oh,
Panda ended up dropping the off.
a little bit of an overkill.
I mean, they have control of sight, and they're forcing the chamber to rotate over. They know exactly where he's going to come through. Maybe even going for the melee? No.
No. There it is.
Panda with another triple.
That's going to put the Broncos at game point here. Match point. But a match is, of course, best of 3. So, super match set? I don't know. We'll look it up. We'll ask chat to help us out. Sev, we're looking at you.
That works.
All right, so now James Madison definitely hurting for money right now after losing all of their members, lost the op twice in a row. Dreammaker now with the operator for his team this time. Chambers just going to stick to his built-in. Since he does have the ult, if we look at the ults, it's 3-1. Boise State can definitely take this away. They just have to make sure to press X, but instead they're going to lose 2 right off the bat.
Bye-bye. Oh, my goodness. This is going to be a James Madison opportunity here.
Still has the operator in hand at least, but it's a 2v3.
That evens it out a little bit
They got
more.
both ultimates still, so they can definitely still utilize this as the Viper rotates over to A to make sure that they didn't rotate over, but James Madison playing this very safely as they have the advantage.
They do. The Broncos have to be thoughtful. Dream
Just
chucks.
throws away the operator. Make sure the enemy team can't get it, because we know Dreammaker can actually do very well with the Classic, just maybe not going up against, say, a Vandal or a Phantom.
Yeah, you just do not want them to have that this round.
30 seconds remaining, just going to hold angles. It seems both teams are just going to play defenders this time around, but Dreammaker wants to at least try to find one.
30 seconds left.
Finds the Vandal. Even saving the ults for the final round, because even if they do lose this round, it is still going to be match point because it is win by 2, and they are up 3 right now. Did end up even missing the Viper on the far right side, trying to check out that high ground. Doesn't see the Viper right in front of him. They can hear the spike going down.
Standing.
Got the
Spike
refrag though.
down A.
Having to place it down right now, getting pushed up on. Couldn't get it down in time,
Enemy
and
remaining.
gets the trade though.
Nice job by James Madison, holding it a little bit closer. Economy favors who? Question mark.
It's a close game for sure, but immediately James Madison's Chamber are going to just make sure to use that ultimate because they do not want to lose it, as this could be final round. And I expect Boise State to use a lot of their ults. They have 4 of their 5.
Yeah.
Use it or lose it at this point because you don't want to get reverse swept here. I mean, you were doing the reverse sweeping for a long time, and immediately the Viper ult's going to come out from Ray.
No, and misses it just behind him. Yeah, the Viper ult cutting off that area a ton.
So James Madison uses 2 of their 3, still holding on to that Astra. Boise State once again getting very stacked up, but going to continue to try and go for that B push.
Oh, looking for that beautiful peak right there. Oh, just a hair late.
Get scouted out, went for the shot, immediately just going to teleport right out. Sova and the Ray ult.
Panda looking for the opportunity here.
Friendly fire from Dreammaker, though, takes down Shells.
Oh, so sad. Oh! Okay, 4v2 in favor of James Madison. The Bulldogs looking to pull this to 11 to 12.
Standing.
And it's, and echoes of rounds 1 through 4. You're firing the gun, but you can't get it to land on anybody. And the James Madison Bulldogs now looking to tie this up. Still match point for the Broncos, but if you let them score this one, it becomes a whole different kind of match. Lots of Phantoms coming out.
Yeah, it's now James Madison has the operator and Boise State doesn't. They still just sticking with those Phantoms and Vandals, trying to save up, maybe trying to go for the next one since Dreammaker did end up throwing it away 2 rounds prior.
Yep.
Which might have been a mistake at this point. You know, he might be regretting it, but
maybe
it did prevent from the enemy team having an extra, so the end might have just paid off. But still 2-2 ults. Now James Madison up to 3. Boise State committed a lot in that previous round and were not able to take it. So they're going to be playing a lot around both Panda with this Chamber ult and this Brimstone Beam.
Nice vision. They don't see him there. Nice job. Gets 1. Gets out of there. Cutting that vision. Oh!
2. Plus 1.
Like the Broncos. The smokes come out. They've got control here. Give away just a little bit of visibility there. Zombo goes down.
Trying to deny that spike plant. Only took 30 damage. Will get it down. James Madison 2v4. Boise State trying to close out this first map.
Didi with the op looking to even things up. Oh,
Frenzy as well.
So but he gives his position away. Nothing more obvious than the trail from a operator.
Just holding those angles, making sure that they still have line of sight on the spike. Shells holding that cross angle, sees the Sova, gets it. All pressure's on Didi here.
And that is going to be it. Boise State wins map number 1. James Madison leads most of the way, but a 5-point run gets them to a different place altogether. That is bind, ladies and gentlemen. And here we are in the match. Now, if you're just joining us, we want to tell you a little bit about Esports Tower, right? Boise State always looking for talented players in production. You know what? Esports Tower also looking for this kind of wicked production. Esports Tower is a great place for you to learn the game from pros, interact with pros, do really cool stuff with pros. Esports Tower, if you're a high school player, especially opportunities to play with their really cool travel squads. Many opportunities there. Look up Esports Tower. You're going to want to find that. Okay, Brenner, we saw a couple things. Give me some grades on the Broncos in map 1. Category? Vision.
Vision? Oh, definitely I would say 8 out of 10.
Okay.
Because they did very well, but as always, you can do just that much better, you know, on the side of, you know, pushing B. We saw them looking at the 45-degree angle, not checking the whole 90 a lot of the times. They don't sweep it. They just check corner to corner, which is what we see a lot of the defenders hold a lot of the time. And then also at the tail end, perfect example, Spike was down. It was a 1v1 situation. Do you push it or go for the Spike defuse, and you could have pushed it. You knew exactly where they were. They had the vision of it of they're right there at the corner. You could even spray a few bullets through the wall and try to get some early damage to make it in your favor since you were in the lower health. So Boise State has room to improve, but still doing very well because they did come out of it with the win.
They did come out of it with the win. They trailed for quite a long time. It was a nice turnaround. James Madison, the Bulldogs, they're not going to take that. They're not going to sit quietly. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a break. We're going to let you think about this a little bit. We're going to let chat calm the heck down. I'm talking to you people. Yes, J-Bag is a beautiful human being, but you don't need to make all the chat about that. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back to map number 2, Boise State versus James Madison in the ECAC Valorant regular season. Both teams 4-1. One's going to come out 5-1. The other one's going to come out 4-2. That's the way math works. We'll find out when we come back.
Visit NationalGuard.com to begin your guard adventure.
Here are a couple lessons I've learned over the years. Friendships come in all shapes and sizes. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by.
Well, good evening. Thanks for joining us again. Hopefully you didn't have to get up and go too far to get something to snack on. If you're just joining us, boy, you missed an exciting one. It was map 1, which was bind Boise State versus James Madison in this week of the ECAC Collegiate Valorant. Both teams 4-1. One will leave with a 5, the other will leave with a 2. You carry the 1 and figure it out. I will carry the 1 next to me, and that would be Mr. Brenner Bear Ladd, who calls himself himself an expert in this game, or all things. Everyone is entitled to his opinion, which is why we have him here tonight. So let's find out your opinion on this. We're moving to Haven as the second map, and we're going to find out who is more aggressive and who is more patient. On a 3-point map like this, which is better, aggressive or patient?
I would have to go with aggressive because it gives you more options of where to push. You're going to keep your defenders constantly guessing of, are they pushing A, B, or C? It's something that really lends itself to this map being unique and a favorite between all of the teams in the Pro League and this league as well for the ECAC. So going into Haven, this is a map Boise State knows very well, and last week we went 13-2 on, going up against the University of Delaware. So now going up against James Madison, who has been a very close opponent for us, as well as University of Delaware was, since that was the third and final map in that matchup. I expect Boise State to come out swinging, especially since they lost those early rounds on Bind. I expect them to try to redeem themselves and get aggressive for that.
They lost the first 4 rounds on Bind. They came back a little bit. They were able to, if you're just joining us, they were able to kind of claw back. Then James Madison went on a tear again and got 9. Boise State with the 6. And then somebody probably insulted or called Panda's mom attractive, as apparently chat seems to want to do today, and it lit a fire under them, and they went on a 5-point swing, took the lead, ended up getting to that 12, clawed back at the end just a little bit, James Madison, but in the end, that 13-10 score was all, well, 13-11 score was all there was, and Boise State was able to win it. Now, you talked just a second ago, Brenner, about this beautiful map. Of course, this is Haven. It's a 3-point map. What are your favorite points to attack here? What do you like?
I mean, personally, it's hey diddle diddle right down the middle, because that's where so much opportunity lends it of, if that point doesn't work out, you can easily split to the far left or the far right. Far left, a lot of the times from the attacker's side, is where we see a lot of those sniping exchanges, where also Boise State likes to push, because as soon as they get spiked down, they can fall back, have the long angle, and that really puts the defenders on their back foot. Whereas if you go over to the far right side, you have the whole opportunity of heaven and hell. You plant the spike, you hide underneath where the defenders are going to be coming from. So that really lends it for some interesting gameplay as we take a look of what the draft might look like. And the return of Brimstone, but this time on the side of James Madison, with Boise State attacking first, and now even the new Omen from the patch notes. But it seems JBag is still making up their mind, might go over to the Sage, which is something I expected to see on Bind. It's been traditionally the Boise State strategy of Sage will throw the spike down on A, but they didn't go for it, so maybe we could see the return on this map.
Select your agent.
Double Brimstone as well. Both, so Hova's sticking to it. Scouting arrows too good. JBag back on the Rhea, though.
Yep, Rhea and Jabald looking to lock in that Brimstone, and they do. Okay, so that's going to give us a lot of smokes here. No Astra on this, but we see that
Jet coming out for GSB.
Yeah, that's good.
As well as the Sky coming out for Zobo. And then Panda sticking to this chamber, who's doing very well. Shell's bringing out the Breach, though. So Boise State looking to play very as you mentioned, a lot of smokes, a lot of scouting coming out from the Sova. Should be an interesting matchup, especially going up against the defenders with that Sky. Sky is something that we've seen in the past weeks be very consistent operator on any map, but this time Boise State hasn't played her once.
Nope, not once. Didi in defense here. The Broncos will start the attack here, and they'll set up and pick their direction. It is the usual dance. You can just imagine some yakety sacks going on there as they run around like a bunch of crazed idiots, spraying and cutting everything in sight. Come on, come on. Let's tighten up here. Maybe that's just part of their pregame ritual.
They got 15 seconds to burn. They're just having a good time.
It's the equivalent of slapping each other on the helmet and the shoulder pads, running around spraying and cutting things up. All right, Broncos.
It's the same thing in Overwatch. You just break everything in your spawn room, and then you go.
Yep. Yeah, we need an Overwatch in real life video and watch people just wreck rooms. Okay. Dreammaker trying to get out a little bit of visibility. He's going to peek behind that door. Oh, looks like garage is open.
This is the aggressive scouting that we wanted to see from Boise State, as the drone will get taken down. There comes the Brimstone smoke, saying gas. No, Viper was in the last round. She's gone now. But James Madison having 2 members over by the B and A wall, but 3 on C. You can tell they're definitely expecting that C push from Boise.
Nice job peeking around there. Looking, again, the great patience by Boise State, but you can't be so patient.
They're the attackers.
Yeah, you can't be so patient that you end yourself up with a 30-second sprint. But they're not able to get James Madison to pop out.
Yeah, this is waiting game of who's going to make the first move, and it's going to have to be Boise State. So it's going to be Dreammaker with those Sonic arrows. First blood goes over to the side of James Madison.
Everybody knows where they are.
Huge trades.
Huge. Oh, there we go. Boise State now with the advantage here.
Clean shot does get spiked down on C, but that was a bloodbath. It's 2v2 now.
It was.
And James Madison has the health advantage, with Dreammaker being down to 21.
Ooh, the flank. Oh, nice job. Really good with that Sheriff.
Ooh. It's the curse. Right as you look away, they're going to push it. And
yeah.
Crossfire.
Okay, starting like the last one did. Only sides are flipped here. James Madison takes that even pistols round and shuts it down. Boise State will get a little bit of a bump because of the spike plant, but not enough here. This is definitely going to favor James Madison coming in. We see J-Bag on stage there.
Yeah, it was a close first round. I mean, as soon as they started pushing C, it was constant trades back and forth, back and forth, back and forth until it was a 3-2 situation. So Boise State definitely got the aggressive, like we talked about early on. That's exactly what we need to see. And now Dreammaker bringing out the frenzy, trying to repeat that aggressive plays, but Panda sticking to their custom sidearm of Chamber, trying to look for those one-dings, but Zobo with the bird trying to scout out all 4 members.
Oh my goodness.
Boise State, it's their curse. They're always 2 stacked up, and that one flash got all 4 members.
Oh my goodness, Boise State.
Brutal.
Only shells left, hiding behind the smoke, hoping to get maybe just a little bit of their.
Oh.
No, and can't. The frenzy not going to be
One bullet
enough.
was fired from shells. A flawless for James Madison. The first we've seen from them.
True.
Boise State has had a flawless, but first for James Madison. So it seems that they're trying to win map 2 of Haven.
Yep. The chat seems to be behind Boise State right now, and you know what? They like maybe it's they like these dramatic come from behind victories, almost WWE style. It looks like you're about to get defeated, and then Boise State comes back. So we'll see if they can do this.
As you mentioned, first map they had a 5-round swing, which led them to win Bind. So at the same time, you have to remember Bind is Boise State's most played map. So now on Haven, this could be James Madison's most played map. So we definitely have to wait and see how this pans out. The dog does come out from Sky. See if he'll be able to scout anyone out or not.
Bad dog.
He did his best.
I don't know about that.
But the drone now going to come out from Dreammaker. Able to find at least one.
Doesn't get the dart on him.
This is another curse of Boise State. Very stacked up on this B push.
Ooh,
Trading
nice
at least. 4-4. He's right there.
Thinks he's up there somewhere. Gonna peek out.
Oh, took the shot. Did not land on the head that he wanted.
It did not.
But the operator so early on from Jet.
Yeah.
On round 3 is a power move if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, and if it doesn't work out, you hand it over. And right now, it looks like he's like, do I save this? Do I just need to run away and let them get the point?
You know Panda's dying to get his hands on that operator.
Yep, knows it's out there. Seen it and heard it.
It's a 4v2. They just rotated all the way over to A, get the spike down, and force James Madison to now go on the attack. A firing squad for Ray.
Yep.
It's going to end their life, but... Oh!
Wow.
Value.
GSB runs away, may not be able to defuse here, but definitely does not want to lose the op.
Definitely think that will be the round for Boise, because, as you mentioned, you want to save the op.
Yes, you do. GSB looking for an opportunity now. That would be a great steal.
Opportunity?
Oh, I see what you did there. See what you did there.
I'm trying as hard as I can. Yep, Boise State
Yep.
backing off, going to let the spike go. Good econ round save. And I mean, at the end of the day, GSB gets to keep the operator,
Yep.
but at the same time, none of his teammates survived.
Okay, so Boise State gets on the board. This is a lot closer in the early rounds than it was back on Bind, where the Broncos were trailing by 4 after 4, and it was looking pretty grim. I'm Doc, that's Bear, and we're talking the Valorant game. I'm really waiting for J-Bag to pop off. Rumor,
Calling him out?
Well, really, I understand that according to chat that he's good at stealing lots of things, stealing points, stealing victories, and stealing girlfriends. So,
Oof.
sorry, Severe.
Called out.
It just wasn't the love connection that you were hoping for. It's okay. Just be happy that two people found each other. Don't worry about you. Think about others.
Alright, so relationship advice coming out from Doc as J-Bag's actually going to be the first one to fall.
Oh! Boise State 3 here now. 2. Just the Brimstone and the Sova left. Shells goes down.
One enemy remaining.
Gets through the smoke. Dreammaker.
Oh, nice job.
That means the operator's available. Do they pick it up or do they maintain the
Noah,
ARs?
the only one left, but he gets a little bit of a glimpse. Tries
Know
to
where
get
he
some
is
fire
now,
in there.
and Spike goes down.
Standing ahead.
Spike
He's going to try to get a little bit of info,
Rotate around.
like you do.
At this point did he rotate or is he going to push from that same angle?
Oh, and they know he's
Instead,
there.
got scouted out because he had to shoot the scout. So, Boise State still looking very good, but comes down to the head clicks.
Boise State
Season
best
gets
team.
one.
Oh! No way. Maybe not enough time. We can't really hear. No, he's going to be able to defuse it. There was
Definitely
plenty of time
gets
left.
it, but wow, amazing flicks coming out from No.
Recognition is nice.
Able to get the
now and then.
two-piece. That is the definition of a clutch in a 2v1 situation. Once again, that's the curse of Boise State stacking right on top of each other. They were
Yep.
in the exact same angle, didn't even try to go for the rotate around to split up the target prioritization. Boise State needs to learn to split up a little bit, not walk in the single file, but
Yep.
James Madison now continuing that 2-round lead.
Hey, they walk in a single file to hide their numbers. The Sand people do. And Boise State. Those are the two that I'm aware of that walk single file to hide their
Well,
numbers.
no, Stormtroopers did that. They were trying to blame the Sand people, but they don't walk in
This
single
is
file.
true. This is true. It was a setup from the start. All right, Boise State
Trying to test my Star Wars knowledge.
trailing two rounds here. We'll drop some Star Wars knowledge as we go. Boise State leading, of course, after map 1, but James Madison playing really strong in number 2 here. Boise State on the push here. Trying to clear some
Who sees the
corners.
shoulder?
Oh, he sees.
Fires
Can
through
he
the
get
wall.
it?
Gets
Nice
it.
job,
There's
Shell.
blood. Oh,
Then he goes down. This is,
Jabal.
yep, this is 4-3. Boise State has the advantage. The power play coming on to A here.
Boise State was also just using pistols, I'd like to add, and now they're able to get the guns.
Oh,
Nice.
tasty DD. That was a nice shot. Now
But
we are
both bolts used for James Madison, both the jet and the chamber, even gets two
what?
with it.
a limit. I mean, face it up against the blades of glory there. No,
Too far
so
to the
close.
left.
So close.
That was a very quick round.
Very quick round.
Both ults came out for James Madison, and they got a lot of value. And now Boise State with their full ults going up against James Madison with just the Sova ult. Things should be going up for Boise State heading into this next round, especially only using pistols for a lot of that and only able to pick up the one Vandal, which they immediately lost since they did get wiped. This should be a very strong eco round for Boise State, only going up against the 2 members who managed to maintain their eco. So now as we take a look, it seems they're going to try to utilize that sniper, but look how stacked up Boise State is on A. They are looking to just get the 1-shot 5 headshot against each other, but going for the hard A push, rushing as fast as they can. Pushing James Madison right out of it. I don't think they were ready for that. I'm expecting the spike to go down in 2 seconds, and there goes Dreammaker putting it down. Zobo will come out taking down Panda. That means no sniper for Boise State. That's one less ultimate that James Madison has to worry about. But now they have no ults to try to take this point back. Defenders have become the attackers. Things are not looking good for Boise State. They traded out. There goes Ray, but immediately J-Bag goes down. Boise State has lost control of the point. There goes Shells. Brimstone ult beam will come down, but Zobo will take him down as he tried to push that angle. So now it's just down to Dreammaker. Does have the solo ult, could deny the defuse, but was getting ran up on. Takes down DD. Will end up losing it, but able to sustain and keep themselves alive. Will be a round for James Madison. Now in a 5-1 lead. Things are not looking good for Boise State. That was even their econ round where they just committed so much of their money to just some guns to try to push that A side. They pushed it very aggressively, got the spike down, but weren't able to hold it as soon as the one ultimate from James Madison came out and just pushed them right off of it. So now Boise State is going to have to go for a different plan of attack with now GSB also having an operator. Definitely trying to win that mid lane, but it seems Boise State once again wants to just stack up mid and let them fire all the bullets as Panda taking down DD, winning the battle of the chambers, proving who is the better once again. Did it on Vine, plans on doing it here. Boise State going for a very aggressive push onto B. Panda even going for the plane as GSB takes down J-Bag. So we are even in the 4v4, and the Brimstone ult as well as the Sky ult going to come out from James Madison, but Boise State are only going to have the Sova ult remaining as there goes Shells to Zobo with the help of that Sky ult, getting so much information, but Sky is so low. Even going for the defuse, Boise State has no members to watch it. They just had to back up all the way to their spawn, gets it halfway. He's going to finish it off, and that's going to be their round as Dreammaker able to pick off one with his ult, but GSB gets the refrag onto Panda, and a trade between Jabalt and two members of James Madison. Even finishing off, Dreammaker takes down Zobo. It's 1-1. That was some good econ gains for Boise State, taking down those final members before losing that round. But now James Madison is up 6-1. Boise State, you're able to get those kills, but at the end of the day, got to protect that spike once you got it planted. So now we're waiting to see how Boise State's going to go for this push. It seems that they're once again going to rotate over to either B or C with how they are placed on the map. And they committed a lot of ults. All the ultimates that were in the game were used in that previous round, and it still went in the favor of James Madison. Finally are able to hear things. So we continue to see what Panda wants to try to get a one-dink with his built-in Sheriff. Able to scout out DD. So he wants to win that 1v1 of the chambers, but it's going to back off because he didn't have the gun. He just had the Sheriff. So we wait to see. Boise State once again going for another kind of CB push. Able to get first blood against DD though. DD's very consistently being the first one down for his team. This might be something they want to try to fix. GSB with this operator is going to have to pull back a little bit. Able to scout out, misses the shot, just aiming a hair to the left. But Jabal's pushing right up on him. This is how you counteract a sniper. Both smokes going off into that backline, trying to cancel out all the silence GSB has. Both Sonic arrows trying to deny the spike plant, but spike will go down anyways. In a 4v5 situation, James Madison, defenders now on the attack.
They know where they've got to come here. Got to squeeze through that area, so they're just going to cover some doorways. No footsteps heard. Oh,
ooh, Panda saw him. Misses both shots.
No!
Hair to the right, but J-Bag makes sure to get the refrag to Zobo, but a two-piece is a triple for no, and that will be it as Dreammaker is not a whole lot close to the point, and so that will be it. Able to trade with at least one more as Rye gets the headshot.
You know, something I've seen from some really good teams like that is when you have priority, you have the spike ticking away, you don't engage down numbers, right? You force them to use utility. You force them to spend money for something they're probably already going to get, and you reduce the cost to your team by losing that point, right? You put yourself in a better position. That doesn't always happen with us. I think it does happen with some pretty good teams. Certainly you want to take advantage when you kind of benefit on the fight.
peeking
GS
all 3 members of Boise State.
Yeah, so they're kind of giving away here. Shells looking for some opportunity. Oh, nice
Wow,
jobs.
even blinded.
Very good. And they know he's there. They
Boise
know-
State +1 at least.
Yep.
Almost +2 with how low Jet is.
The Owl gets taken out quick. Somebody in heaven?
He was the one who was taken out, so now pushing over her through that side hallway, trying to cut off the rotations. Spike is down, but this is where we've seen Boise State fail so many times, is they get spiked down and just get dismantled because they get overly aggressive. So now they're definitely going to have to play slow and steady.
Yep.
It seems James Madison wants to go for the flank, but it is a 3v5 situation for them.
Now, what they want definitely is to get out of here. I don't know that they're going to be able to get the flawless here.
Able to
Maybe?
scout him out in heaven, so gets him up 1.
James Madison would be wise to just let them have it, right?
Seems
Steps
that's exactly
back.
what they're going to do.
Yep. Let's save what we have. It's too expensive to try to take it. We don't have any kind of priority or advantage. We're going to give it back. Now, so again, the general theory here is that there are probably 15 different decisions that you can make during a close match that give you a slightly better scenario, even in a loss, right? So some people would say you never go down, never surrender. Sometimes it's okay to not give away stuff. If you know you're going to lose a round, cost them as much as you can, right? Get one more elimination. Cost them utility. Make them use an ult that they don't want to use. It's going to give you a benefit later. All right.
We can see Boise State finally breaking the 5-loss streak, able to bring one back, but it's 7-2. We're so close to that 12th round before we swap over, so Boise State's going to have to cover a lot of the round unless they're just going to become gods on defense and just clean sweep Madison on that side. So Dreammaker's trying to rotate over with the rest of his team. It seems that they want to go for a mid-C push with the DD on that chamber for James Madison. Very pushed up far on the C point. Looking for those rotation points. Will get caught up. It's going to be a 3-1. Gets one, gets 2.
My goodness, Didi with a double. 2-for-1 trade. Nice job
Big
there.
value for James Madison.
Oh, big dash out.
Ooh, went into the ability trying to steal that health. Sova ult will come
Shells.
out.
Nice, evens it up. Gonna use that big ult.
Breach ult, yeah.
Nice.
Zone him out. Spike isn't down yet, though, as Brimstone is very low on the HP. Make sure to calls down as many smokes as he can, but they're not checking their flanks.
Oh no, the beard advantage lost. Sova. Oh, and he's
Even
switching.
with low health.
Yeah.
10 HP.
Okay, Jabald trying to
Mirror
steal.
match.
Oh, was trying to steal this point like it was somebody's girlfriend and could not do it.
Better Brimstone won it out with the Ray having that health advantage, but Boise State playing that very aggressive. It came down to the wire for that, but
That was a
the
nice
master
job.
flank coming out from the Sova. I mean, he had the right target priority. He took down the member with the most health.
Yep,
So,
that's true.
Definitely a great play by James Madison, trying to get back on that winning streak, but
Yep.
2 rounds out from swapping. Boise State needs to win these next 2 if they want to have a chance at winning defense as hard as James Madison has.
Okay, so the Broncos against the Bulldogs. Both teams 4-1. Broncos lead this. Here we go. They're looking to start climbing back to the top. 6 points is as much as they've trailed ever in these matches, but they've proven the ability to get there. Checking corners, giving position away.
The Jet ult is up for James Madison, which can definitely be a huge playmaker, as DD does use the Chamber ult as well, so we're expecting some possible snipes coming out from both members. Boise State playing this very slow, trying to decide which site they want to push. It seems that they're going to be rotating over to the A, which is going to be a 2-member hold so far.
Yep, so some position kind of given away there as they take out that recon arrow.
45 seconds. Boise State not having any ult. This is definitely going to be an uphill battle for them as they trade for one. Trade
Nice.
for two.
Spike down A. 30 seconds
This is
left.
the advantage you want. Boise State has not done a good job of planting. Looks like we're going to get it planted. They didn't do that on the last one, and it ended up forcing them to take a duel that they didn't want to take. Guarding heaven up there. Shell's looking for that opportunity.
Can hear him.
Footsteps. Oh! Picked off by the
Trade.
1v1. Who's it going to be?
Uses the jet ult and it cost him.
Yep. And that's the second time the jet ult has come out on the side of James Madison, and they lose the duel. And that ult is supposed to win you the duel. That's one of the big reasons people love it.
Yeah, the first time we saw it, it was a 1v3 situation. They got two but lost the third. And this time it came out, it didn't get anything. So huge value for Boise State. And that was the one ult James Madison actually had. They were able to charge the Sky ult during that previous round, but Boise State has 4 of their own. So a huge gain for Boise State in that round. Trying to close the distance, but early poke damage. Dreammaker's down to 74 already.
All right. They're going to get that in there. Gets a little bit.
Ooh,
Oh, nice
too
job by
aggressive.
J-Bag. Yep, they're trying to take it. Looking good on the side of Boise State with an early advantage over James Madison. He's going to peek C again.
Through the wall.
Nice job.
Oh.
Steal sight. Nice.
All the ults coming out from Boise State. That's 3 of them so far. Will we see the Brimstone? As it is 4v2.
Oh, what is going on? J-Bag owning this. Jacob Bag.
Called him out. He came
controlling.
online.
That's right. There we go.
Shells finishing it out strong.
Not quite a complete wipe, but definitely good. There we go. Just poking away. So much visibility.
Very close to friendly fire as the Brimstone came flying across the screen. So we have seen one issue of friendly fire on the previous map, but Boise State has made sure to tighten up and not have a repeat. But now with side swaps, should see Boise State able to bring it back with these early pistol rounds. But James Madison has been proving again and again that they're the better early game team. So Boise State's going to have to try to bring it back here because they're down 4 rounds. James Madison, if they get another 5-win streak, that'll be this map, and we'll be heading to a map 3. So the pressure is on for Boise State. But on the defense, they have to be feeling more comfortable because you can see how they're aggressive they are getting on the side of A already.
Very true. Okay, Boise State. We have not seen a B plant yet, have we?
We have seen one so far, and it did not go in the favor of Boise State when they went for that plan. So they went for the long C push. J-Bot getting hard push.
here we
Both him
go.
and Shells having to back off. Taking a lot of damage, but no elimination just yet. Zoning capabilities. A lot of utility from James Madison coming out, though.
James Madison just moves in and takes over the territory. Boise gives it a little bit too freely.
Trying to look for that utility through the wall. Will
Drop
end
that
up shooting
thunder.
it.
Oh,
Gets
nice
one.
job.
Huge trades coming out.
Boise State actually might have the advantage here. Yes!
Oh, let's go!
What's going on here? All right, a defuse has to come, but there's still one there.
He doesn't know. No!
Oh, no! Didi, nice job there. That's a tough one. That's a big play by the Bulldogs there. James Madison, nice job. We're going to get to see it again. This was a great play. Dream.
He had 10 HP, though, after that very beautiful 2-piece. He did not know where the third and final member was.
Yep.
And Didi was able to take it with the 51 HP, but Dreammaker trying to live up to his name, making it happen.
Yep.
Still has plenty of chances, but now it's 9-4. James Madison is looking to close this out with a pretty dominating lead.
Yeah, Boise State's done a nice job here, but they're going to have to go 3 wins to 1 round loss to be able to climb back to a tie at this point. They're going to have to really take over.
You can hear the early shots being fired, but once again, James Madison going for another C push with one member going kind of in between the two sites, which will be DD once again with that built-in sheriff that he has.
Yep, looking for that opportunity.
You just fire through the walls. Do it. He's right there.
He gets it. Nice.
That's +1 in the fight. Make that +2. Or back to +1. Now we're even.
Okay. J-Bag goes down. J-Bag's been a real carry for the Broncos thus far.
Jet very low, though, so Boise State does have the health advantage.
Spike is planted. This really does create a tough situation. Going to try to get some mess out.
Panda's trying to take that top ground. Will get into a fight with the Jet. Teleporter out immediately with 21 HP remaining. There goes GSB. There goes Zobo. Shells on a triple. Make that a quad, and that's it.
There you go. Okay. The Broncos are going to bring this to 5. And we've seen it before. 9 was a very unlucky number for James Madison. Can the Broncos flip the econ and make it happen?
Boise State just needs that warm-up period of, the first 12 rounds. And they brought it back. Shells popping off.
Yep.
Getting that sick quad, no less, with the classic. When they had Spectres, I mean, and he has his ultimate now. Boise State has to be sitting very pretty here heading into this next round.
Okay, Boise State, James Madison, both 4-1 on the season, looking to move to 5. James Madison needs to close this out if they've got a chance at map 3 because Boise State leads the first one. But we've seen this kind of comeback before. A little bit of information given away.
And the plant very early.
Oh, double!
Shells again!
Triple! What is going on, Shells? Power of the ponytail.
It's already a 4v1 situation, and it's this lone Brimstone who pushed through C. Will get even scouted out and taken down by Dream.
Taken it, wrapped up as a package, and set a pack and Dream. Nice.
That has to be one of the fastest rounds we've seen.
Yeah, it has. Darn close. Okay. Now, the audience has asked for it. They want to see more J-Bag Cam, and we're willing to give you more J-Bag Cam. But get some of your friends on the stream here. Let's get over 100, and we'll just give you J-Bag Cam the whole time. Message somebody. That or a sub, and you got nonstop J-Bag Cam on the replays.
But right now, it's all eyes on Shells, who's just been popping off again and again. So it seems James Madison know that Shells is going to be posted up in that B site, so they're just going to rotate right over to A, and it seems he's even expecting that.
Dog lays down. Boise State with a definite ult advantage here. Oh! Goes down early. Boise State loses their first. The bird flies by. Doesn't do any damage. Dog has already gone for a run and now back asleep. But James Madison doing their they're very expected chill. They're just hanging back in the back looking for their opportunity. This is odd.
Jet does get the health regen with the Sky, so now it is 2-1 for ults, so Boise State can utilize their ults if they are put on their back foot. But right now, James Madison is going very slow. With 45 seconds remaining, they have yet to push a site. They do have the drone over on C with that Sova, but did not scout anybody out, as was J-Bag on the Rhea, the only one there. Even rotates out of sight as all the members of James Madison rotate over to A, as well as Boise State. We're going to see some huge trades come in as Didi takes down Dream, and then Ray takes down Shells. Back-to-back for James Madison, but now J-Ball coming in. J-Bag goes down. There goes Jumbo, and the Jet gets a triple, not even using her ult.
Okay, so we talked about that 3-to-1 ratio, and Broncos have done their part. Now James Madison does their part. But if we're doing the math here, Boise State gets 6, and James Madison gets 3. They'll be tied. So we're basically at this 2-to-1 ratio now. The Broncos have to play like every one matters. They can give one away here or there, but they got to keep winning them.
They even committed the breach ult in that last push, so now they're being down and ult, and James Madison has 3 of their 5, and Boise State only has that Sova ult, so they're going to have to utilize it to the best of their capabilities. Trying to anticipate another A push, but quickly realizing it's all on C, and J-Bag is going to get run over here as the Sky ult comes out. Able to scout him out. J-Bag does get 1, though, onto GSB. The Sova ult comes out, Oh, Didi able to dodge the second shot that would have eliminated him as Sova gets the next. We're even.
Okay, so the spike is down. Boise State looking like we're trying to get a little bit of a...
Shells gets another.
Oh, Panda.
+1 for Boise State.
Clears angles, but you gotta continue to be careful there. Knows where they are. The diffuse coming in.
Brimstone ult.
Rye trying to do something, but he goes down. Nice job with the shock darts. Gives 2 of them while he's trying to just equip some ability. Oh,
The
nice
defuse,
job.
though.
Can he get it?
That'll be
there it is. Nice job to the Broncos. What a tight match. These two teams should play together more often.
Definitely would learn a ton, and these scrims would be as close as the real games are.
Yep.
And now Boise State able to take that out. Did have 3 members survive as they did end up trading at the tail end. So James Madison completely denied any of that surviving econ. So they have to be hurting ever so slightly, which is why we can see them bringing in those Phantoms and Vandals with GSB, trying to decide if they want that operator or not. But it seems that they might also just stick with the classic if they want to go full jet speed. They do have the ultimate as well. So if they're able to pop off with it, and she will even use it. Now Boise State, it's going to be 2-2 ults. James Madison is looking much better on their side of ults because they do have the Sova and the Jet ult out.
Here we go, just trying to make this happen. The bird's out, flashed, and then they move in.
Rhea ult from J-Bag. Ran right up on, gets one, but
Gets one.
traded out from a wallbang headshot from GSB. Windup did not get to utilize the Jet ult, so it did just simply time out. Panda picks up one more.
Ooh, dings him pretty good.
Wow!
That was really impressive. Nice job. That was, of course, Noah.
As soon as he looked away, that's a triple
Yep.
for the Sova of the Bulldogs. Now he has his ult, and things are not looking good for Boise State as it is 2 rounds from James Madison taking map number 2.
Yep, the Broncos need to get this going. I'm Doc, he's Brenner. We're calling the game. You know, I flash back to that double shock dart cubby scenario where Rye went down as he was trying to do that. It was a great turn, a great use of an underutilized ability in those shock darts. Getting those double shock darts in the places you want them, it's tricky. And the Owl drone comes out. He's spotted out, and he's darted. Tells them where they need to go. Could we see a B push this time? Hard to tell.
Rotating over to A pretty
Hard
quick, using a
rotate.
lot of
Yep.
scouting as well. So once again, they always like to push exactly where J-Bag is. They did it with C multiple times, and now doing it with A. Early scouting from Jet, losing
Dash
some
out.
health.
He gets one. The trade happens there.
Shells, though.
Oh.
Enemy remaining.
Shells goes down.
Down A.
And just like that, it's 3-1.
That was impressive. I'm sure we're going to see some of that in the replay.
Boise State has been closing this gap right now. And now they even have the Chamber and the Breach ult charged up, whereas James Madison only able to charge up that Sova, and he walks right into all 3 members just holding that angle, and Panda will get
Let's
it.
go. Somebody said in the chat not that long ago, 9-3 curse. Well, guess what? It's 7-11, and we're going to be here all night. Here we go. This was really impressive. You know what? We're almost there. We're almost there. We can get you this. We can get you the J-Bag cam on the next one. You guys are doing a good job. Okay.
So now, with it being 11-8, a huge econ boost going over to the side of Boise State, and the Chamber ult coming out right out the gate. Now the Sova ult is just going to teleport right out of it, even seen through it, seeing as he did hit him the first time. A lot of early poke damage coming out onto Boise, but they're going to get first blood.
Nice
Better
job.
Chamber. He's making sure to maintain that title. Didi continue to also hold the title of being first eliminated.
James Madison's kind of falling apart now. They're just running around. They're just trying to win some gunfights. That's not going to work. Spends a bird. Can't get value out of it. The Broncos are converging on the B. Spends the second one.
Ooh, the breach ult.
Broncos 5 to the James Madison 3.
Oh.
Okay, they even it up a little bit.
Panda with the one tap. Can he get a second? Oh.
No! This is really impressive.
Back to back in Boise
But he
State.
gets him.
Shells, once again, continuing to pop off. Had an amazing ultimate, knocking 3 of the members up, allowing J-Bolt to pick up 1 more. But now James Madison has 2 ults of their own, and Boise State used everything they had.
They did, but boy, that was an impressive hold there by the breach on B for James Madison. But all you had to do was throw a butterfly over that wall or some popcorn, and that was his health was so low, he was just going to just die right there.
I would love to see a champion who can throw popcorn.
Just throw popcorn, and his health is so low he just dies. Okay, Dreammaker going to spend really early here to try to get some visibility there. I have not seen any of the really clever, snappy lineups that I know are out there. I'm going to ask for those in the future. I want to be entertained by my Sova play. That was decent, but they closed it down really quick.
DD making sure to not try to 1v1 Panda, as he's just has yet to win that engagement of the Chambers. But if you look at the guns, I think Boise State's sitting pretty where they have the 1 Phantom and 4 Vandals, whereas on the side of James Madison, they have a Spectre and some Sheriffs.
Now, if you're GSB, you're wanting more value out of this ult than you've gotten the last 3 times you've used it.
The first time he got 2. The second time he did nothing. Third time he did nothing. This is the 4th time.
4th time.
Whereas hopefully we don't see it just simply
Dream,
time out. But
now we're talking.
unless they get more aggressive, it might just do exactly that. They do have the Brimstone ult if they get the Spike Plant down. But with first blood going over to the side of Boise State, things aren't looking too good. Make that
nice
second.
job.
Dreammaker on a double.
Spike planted.
Trying to spray and pray through the smoke as Jet's going right up with her ult. There goes another ult, just not utilized to its max capacity. And Boise State running over James Madison.
DD trying to figure out what to do now.
Oh, gets 1. Onto J-Bag Ball.
Of course. Of course. So if we bring up the J-Bag cam now on this replay, J-Bag will be sad.
He'll be dead.
Right. He'll be making a sad face.
No
we
spray
got
for
it.
him this time, but
Nope, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, chat. You have not yet deserved. Oh, there we go. There we go. You're now given what you want. The J-Bag channel.
so now Boise State. Now it's 11-10. They were behind 6 rounds at a point, and
Correct.
now they have brought it back. It is still very close to match point for James Madison if they win the next 2 rounds. Whereas Boise State needs to win the next 3 in order to close this out.
That was actually a really good lineup for the Sova Dart. That's a tough one to get, especially if the opponent's being really aggressive. That's a really nice lineup that you get there from top of A. From the long there.
Still holding on to this Brimstone ult as well for James Madison. GSB gets first blood onto Panda, no less.
Boise State has got to hold some ground here. It looks like a hard push C, and they get the site for free. And I don't know why that keeps happening, but when they get the site for free,
Dreammaker pops off.
evidently. Nice job.
He is very low health, though. Does not have the Sky either. Still got the Brimstone ult to deny the defuse.
Oh, cannot take down Rye. Rye finally goes down.
Though, on a double. Oh, but the flank!
Oh, the flank by Didi again. It's 2v1. Oh, what are you gonna do?
Same issue that Boise State's been put in so many times. He's in the pinch of both members of James Madison are just waiting to hear the defuse and immediately go for the rotate. It seems Dreammaker is just going to go for the push against the Sova, but everyone just backed off.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Now this is going to be match point of match game 2 of this best of 3. James Madison looking to pull it even. As we see this here, there's so little he could do as we're following Didi into the hole there. And then he gets away. He's looking for the opportunity to try to at least take one of them out. Saves a little bit of his econ. Okay. But
we're even up, and Panda's got the operator.
Yeah, Panda has the operator.
This is where we could see a huge shift, but James Madison's trying to close it out. They have 2 ults to Boise State's 1. Everything's on the line here. If Boise State wants to be able to close this out and not head to a map 3, as you've mentioned multiple times, this is match point for James Madison. First shot whizzed to the left, barely too far. Indeed, he knows he has an operator on backing off.
Yep. Does not want to play the peak game there.
Sky ult does come out, or at least reveal the location. Shell's trying to prevent the push as GSB takes down Dreammaker. GSB on a double.
And that was a tough one. Shells goes down, gives up the arm blender in the process. James Madison can pretty much just pick their time, but they're rotating. They're rotating in a tough time, and they're rotating against the op.
Still have both Brimstone ults. There goes the ult trying to cut off the rotation, and huge trades. Well, now we're definitely going to get J back, Cam. He's the last one alive.
Oh, tough, and that's going to be it. There was very little you could do when you went down those numbers. James Madison with a really smart call for the rotate, and they got there pretty darn quick. Well, hey, you know what? We're looking for people. We're always looking for people. Talented players, production, broadcast talent, like this blue-clad person next to me. We may need to bring back the blue hair soon as well. Top talent along with good grades and eligibility can earn scholarships as well. Sign up today by visiting boisestate.edu/esports. That's with the big E and the little s. We don't use the little s or the big S anymore. Okay, so Brenner, as we've seen this now, we've gone through Bind, we've gone through Heaven, we're going to come back to Ascent. That's going to, I mean, we're just starting at 0. This is a best of 1 at this point, and the momentum is on the side of our friends from James Madison. What are you hoping is going to happen during this short break with the Broncos to get them ready to carry like they did in the first?
I mean, it's definitely coming back from that. I don't want to say losing streak because it was one map, but it is a very long, drawn-out map. And I think they can definitely learn a lot from what they did on Haven, which is they solid pushed A, rotated over to C, and then got the spike plant down because so many members of Boise State got eliminated early on. And when they were on attack, it's that single file issue of so many members are clumped up on one area that if they're going up against one member of James Madison who sprays and happens to get 2 of the 3, you don't want those trades, and Boise State needs to start winning these duels. We see Panda do it against DD multiple times, but if he's going up against any other members, it's just back and forth one-on-one trades, and seems James Madison is able to outperform a lot of those times, which is how they won the previous map. It is still very close, so I think Boise State can very much still regroup, pull up together, and come into Ascent with a game plan, because this is a map we have not seen them play on all that much compared to, you know, Bind, Icebox, Haven. So I think it will definitely be an interesting how this plays out. And also, who starts on attack and a defense?
Well, going to tell you all about that when we come back because the truth will surprise you. We'll be back in just a minute.
Visit NationalGuard.com to begin your guard adventure.
Here are a couple lessons I've learned over the years. Friendships come in all shapes and sizes. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by.
It is a glorious Tuesday evening for those of us who love the game of Valorant. And if you are a Boise State fan or you're a James Madison fan, this is your day. Production doing their thing. J-Bag just looking like a model up on stage. Here in the Boise State Game Pants Esports Arena, we are calling Valorant. And by the we, I mean myself and the gentleman sitting next to me, Brenner Bear Ladd. Now, as we were going to break, we had said something's going to happen here. We're going to go to the third map, and we're going to tell you who's got choice here. The map is Ascent. It was chosen before. Let's recap this from the top. The opponent banned Fracture. We banned Split. They chose Bind. We chose Haven, and then they chose Ascent as the final map. So this was determined by the differential between the first two maps, who got side selection. And it was +1 in favor of
James Madison.
They did. So they got to select the side, and they chose to attack and to put Boise State on the defense first. So that's what we're going to see here on Ascent as our third map. This is best of 3, but at this point, it's pretty much just best of 1, right? Whoever's going to come out on top. Now, James Madison in both of these maps has started with a big lead. How are the Broncos going to prevent them from getting that lead in this map?
I think this is kind of the case where you might want to do something unorthodox, because Boise State has done the same thing on the previous two maps, which is try to take those early gain leads, and that hasn't been working in their favor. We've seen traditionally them win those early rounds, and against James Madison, it's their early rounds. So this is something where you maybe want to say, all right, we're going to 2v1 push this, shoulder to shoulder, and try to win these engagements at least against one of these team members so we can take site, get spike plant down. Both these teams have had very aggressive pushes and then rotated out of it after they had trades and gone for plants.
I want to check. I want to see how the keys flesh out here to your design, because I think that's exactly what you're talking about. We talk about the keys to the game, those things that are going to make the difference if we think about them in those terms. And they are, in this case, focusing angles and flank. Okay. I think know your win condition is exactly what you're talking about. I think we've seen some situations where Boise State has not done a good job of knowing what abilities are out there, or taking advantage of ability, plus, and we saw in this first map especially, we were able to click a lot of heads. We didn't do that as well in the last one. So you would add to this list? What would you add to this list?
Sweaty Comms.
Sweaty Comms, okay. And that's, of course, presented by Drop-In Gaming, which is the premier online platform for gamers who seek competition to play their favorite games, win cash, and all of that stuff paid. Online tournaments, and, of course, free. But whether you're a fancy veteran like this guy right here or a sweaty noob like me, Drop-In Gaming is where you should go. dropingaming.com to start your journey. Okay. So as we get ready to do this, it is 1-to-1. Who's feeling the most confident? Your guess.
I mean, it has to be James Madison after coming off the win and knowing that they have the +1 round differential.
Yes. Okay. So I'm going to ask you. I'm going to ask you some real quick answers. The only thing I want to hear is either James Madison or Boise State.
Done.
You don't have to explain it. Who has the best clicking heads right now?
Panda.
No. Again, you're
He's
already
on Boise State.
You've broken the game. You've broken the game already. Who's got the best utility usage?
James Madison.
Okay. Whose spray game is on fleek?
Boise.
Okay, there we go. That's what we do. And and
the one that matters most.
Skins equal what was that?
Wins.
It rhymes. It must be true. All right, here we go. This is the breaker. This is the breaker round for Boise State and James Madison. Boise State starting off on attack. That's what James Madison said you have to do.
And some new faces here for the agents of James Madison. We have KO as well as Omen from the fresh patch. So James Madison trying to throw Boise State for a loop, whereas on the side of Boise State, we have a Jet and Sky this time, something that they traditionally run. Yeah. So this might be the return of the Boise State comp that we know, plus a Brimstone.
They get some good stuff there. Those frenzies plus.
So aggressive.
Nice job moving in there. Goes down right there, Boise State. They're just trying to win this gunfight quite quick before you can get that rotation. The frenzy takes him out. There we go.
Right as he had to reload.
Yep, Boise State in a tough spot. They got to plant quick. Classics and frenzies are the only things left here, unless they pick something up.
Spike planning, because it is 3v2. Ooh, trying to bait it out, actually.
Oh, nice job. Evens it out. Oh! No way!
KO with the triple.
The KO. Nice job. Okay. So this was a little bit different start than before. We're going to get to see the replay here. Oh, sorry, no J-Bag cam right now.
He was the first eliminated.
That's true. And so he was probably, up reading a book or something. But they did a nice job. They spent quite a bit. That was a great head click there. Second one there. And it really surprised me. We missed what was happening on the other side of the fight, but it looked like the Broncos had won that. But the KO cleaned him out. Okay. Oh. This is interesting. JSB and Didi going for some long range, looking to hold probably some long angles here.
Yeah, the double Marshall definitely could pay off for them, but it's going to be all about landing those shots. And Panda just getting nice and aggressive with this Spectre. We'll have to check his angles, and it's just going to dash right past him.
Wow, that was a really nice move. Knows he's up there, takes him out. This is going to be a quick plant for the Broncos, I believe.
3-3 already.
Yeah.
But this is going to be the heaven and hell hold between these two. Panda tries to contest heaven as quickly as possible.
Yep, they don't know he's there. Oh, and he can't quite connect. Does take some damage. Sova in a good spot here.
+1 for the Bulldogs, but trying to hold that hell spot as best they can.
They know where one of them is.
Good arrow bound.
Was
able to scout him out.
Nice lineup.
Player
Oh, no. Just the Brimstone left, and it's not going to be enough.
And Marshall coming in, able to hip fire onto J-Bag. This time, not the first one eliminated, but the last one.
I have never connected a hip fire, I swear. Not with a Marshall. Okay, we take a look at it again. You're right. That was a great bounce lineup. Sova knows his spots on this one, certainly on defense. That's going to be something that Broncos are going to have to deal with early, because they're going to give away a lot of position if they don't deal with those arrows and learn those learn those lineups real quick so that they can anticipate them and take them out.
Yeah, so now looking at the econ of both these teams, it seems it's going to be all Sheriffs on the side of Boise, who's sticking with 2 classics for J-Bag and Shells, whereas on the side of James Madison, they are sitting pretty with some Bulldogs and Spectres. Shells trying to pick up at least one, but he's down to 25. Did not win that trade.
Oh, Dreammaker goes down as well. The Broncos in the deficit early on here, plus some injury that is not going to help. Of course, they've got the Sky, so they can pick a little of that up. The Owl does get the ID. Oh, and a quick rush right there.
Push.
Nice job, Didi. Oh, and then Ray takes out Panda and J-Bag right away.
Another double for him, and Didi taking down Shells. Wins the Chamber 1v on this time because Panda's no longer on the Chamber.
Nope, that's true. They've made the big switch here. Hey, I'm Doc. He's Bear. We're trying to root the Broncos onto winning this game. The Broncos forced onto attack because they lacked the differential between the first map and the second map by 1 round. Yep, and could that 1 round be the difference? If so, we'll go back and find who we need to blame for that 1 round. But until then, we're going to root for the Broncos. They're going to get a nice push here.
All running the Phantom as well. Scout out early. Another really hard push right into B.
And they've got some control here. Ooh! Oh, nice job! I'm going to want to go back and look at that again.
Quick back to back. They knew they were back there. Now they're at +2, and the Brimstone has his ult.
Nice job by Jabal getting the heal up on the teammates. That's going to come in handy.
Ooh, Panda checking the flank.
Oh, Panda! My goodness, Panda, you're gonna take a timeout for that. That was not nice. We're gonna walk.
He got his ult off that. Well deserved.
We're gonna walk down to their house, Panda, and we're gonna apologize to them in front of their parents because that's not the way we behave.
Ryan, the only member of his team to at least trade before dying, which prevents Boise State from getting the flawless.
I think we're going to see it here again. So close to the flawless. He turns the corner, expecting them to be there. What's funny is he gets the second one first.
The one that was further behind. It was
Yeah.
All right.
That was the more accurate, more head level shot, and took it out. All right.
Yeah. That's just where the skill of these players comes into factor of that aim control. He knew exactly where to aim for the heads and just held it and went to the right and was able to get both. Maintaining these Phantoms has apparently worked for Boise State.
Yep.
Finally closing out that 3-loss streak right now, but another huge aggressive push on the A this time.
Panda.
Whoa!
And he gets right behind the Gayo. Very nice. So they don't have control of heaven, and if you don't have control of heaven, it is really hard.
Instead, they're just going to push him right out of it.
Yeah, no kidding.
The Incendiary, it did come out, but DD able to trade, so it won't be another flawless for Boise, but J-Bag's looking to possibly ult somewhere, maybe in the top of heaven just to zone it out, but with only 2 members remaining, James Masson might just let them have it, especially after scouting out the dog.
Standing ahead.
Noah gets bit by the dog. Up there goes down. Somebody probably ought to go up and grab
Jet 1v1. Ooh.
Oh.
At the crossfire.
Okay. The Broncos coming to life here after 3-0. They've got the next 2 rounds in a row. They swing the economy in their favor. And the Broncos, with now round 5 of their attack, looking to at least split it so that they can take advantage when they're on defense, which does favor them with this lineup. That was a really nice replay there. Ninja says it in chat. Skins equal wins. Now, not Ninja, not Tyler Blevins. The other Ninja. Ninja will rise.
Who haunts me because I had people stop me on the street when I had blue hair saying, "Hey, Ninja." So we'll see if that ever comes back.
I'm not gonna lie. You've kind of got that Blevins vibe going.
Don't want to hear that.
There you go.
That's what my brother-in-law thinks too.
Oh, Panda.
Back to the game.
Trouble spot here. Takes
James Madison has 1 ult to Boise State's 4.
Now see what kind of coordination the Broncos can get. Panda kind of in a tough spot. No shield, 76 health.
Looks to be another A push.
Wow.
Great bird.
Yeah, the Ash
and the Sky ult. Forces out at least 1 bullet. 3 left on the Chamber ult. Teleports out.
That Chamber ult, so fancy. So they're going to use the utility to push it to spot, but now it's even 4 versus 4.
Couldn't hit the flick that time, but Spald watching the flank exactly what he needs to, and then another bird.
Knows that somebody's over there, doesn't know it's the Chamber. Waiting for that smoke to dissipate.
3 ults have been used by Boise State so far.
Jabal doing a nice job of locking down that angle.
Still using that sniper. If he hits the 1 shot to go down.
Oh, no!
That's exactly what happened. So now it is even 3-3. Even it out, Dreammaker.
Whoa.
Double triple for both teams. DD gets the triple, Dreammaker gets it, but the flank was not secure once they lost Jabal, so the round will go to the Bulldogs.
Now, if I saw that correctly, this was pretty expensive. So they used the Chamber ult. Madison does get the point, but they spent a lot to get it because they lost 4 players and all of the weapons that they had. Boise State did not lose as much on this other than the point.
They lost the 3 ultimates and the weapons, whereas James Madison used the 1 ult and 1 survived.
I genuinely missed the Boise State ult use. What they
They used the Sky ult, they used the Sova ult, and I believe the Chamber ult, whereas James Madison only used the Chamber.
Okay.
So it was a big loss for Boise State. They might have even used the Brimstone. I do not remember, but I know they had 4 ults going into that round, and they only came out of it with 1. So now it's going to be all eyes on Panda to get some huge value on this Jet ult. Whereas on the side of James Madison, they have the KO and the Omen ult. So they're sitting pretty right now, waiting for the Boise State push.
Of those 2, which is the best ult in your mind? For what they're trying to accomplish here, defending.
For the defending, I'll give it to the KO.
Okay, Jabald sends...
DD, first one eliminated once again
for
for
now.
James Madison. Repeating a pattern. This could be what Boise State needed early on Bird. Pushing right into sight.
they take sight very, very quickly. They're aware that he's up there.
Already +2.
Oh, can't get the crosshairs
+1
on him.
now.
Shells the plant.
40 seconds. Spike down. Boise State does get the chamber ult, so they did use the Brimstone. All right. Got that fixed up, but did use the Omen ult as well for James Madison.
So Broncos with sight and a flanker and a 2-member advantage. Now the question is,
Gets the flash.
Oh, nice job. What can you
Great
get out
team
of it?
play.
Okay, good, good. That was a great team play. They only lost 1 more member after that. Panda was the first to go down in that. I don't think we'll see that, but we do see this. You have sight, you have pressure, and you have that flank.
Yeah, Shells gets the elimination, teleports out immediately, able to set up for the perfect Bird flash, swings the angle, gets the elimination. Great coordination by Boise State. You know that whole play was brought to us by Sweaty Comms.
It's by Sweaty Comms. Absolutely.
Seems they want to go for a repeat of it as they're all stacked up on B. Really early game Bird, all 5, and Panda with the Jet ult flying in.
Hot push, let's go. Oh,
The definition of a bum rush right now, going for the B even. Trying to destroy the door, but the smoke's there, so if anything, it's helping you at that point. Ooh, the Jet ult comes out again, misses all of them.
oh! Oh, come on.
Panda barely ends up winning that out.
GSB, I'm feel so bad for you. You've never quite gotten what you
Panda
needed
closes
out of
that out with a triple, and
Yep.
it's a flawless for Boise.
It is even now. Fans, 4-4.
This poor trade, GSB, no.
Oh my God.
But I also have huge respect for Panda bringing out the judge. It's not something we see all too often.
Nope.
It paid off for him in dividends there.
Yep.
So, and also that final play of dashing into the air with the judge and gets the elimination onto
Yeah.
that KO is beautiful.
It was. That was a beautiful dash. Okay.
Now heading into, I believe this is round 9.
Round 9.
We're even. This is the closest this matchup has been, especially on the first, before the side swap.
Shells basically just using some covering fire here.
Of his
Scare them out,
ultimate,
yeah.
no less. So that's 2 bullets out of the 5 down. So he can't get the ace with his ult, though. Hopefully he gets at least 1 elimination with this as his team slowly pushes up. Going for a mid push, something we've not seen from Boise State. James Madison also still holding on to that KO, something we have not seen them utilize just yet. So hopefully we see that. They also have the Sova ult for Boise State. Here comes the KO ult. Everyone is suppressed. So they're in the AoE. Trade, still 4-4. In the heavens.
Wow.
Huge trades, but finally goes in the favor of Boise State.
Spike planted.
Nice. GSB trying to get control up there. Smoke's going to drop behind, looking for those early angles.
They know he's up there.
Yep. The molly comes out. Nice job tracking down that recon.
Trying to shoot through the ground.
Oh, shot
A
card.
lot of utility for Boise State right now.
Yep. They're willing to spend utility to get this point. Heaven and hell. Ooh, that was
DD
a
with a double
dash, but takes him out.
DD gets it with a triple.
I don't know how. I'm still trying to replay that in my mind. DD with a great move there, great dash, gets it. I thought, but I still thought that wasn't enough. It just doesn't add up. What just happened?
It was very fast. So much utility was being thrown up from Boise State. DD gets the first elimination. The Jet dashes right behind, and he just drops down right behind
Yep.
Dreammaker.
Yeah, Dream gets GSB, but gets dropped by DD. Okay, still in a great position. Even, almost even after 9, just trailing by 1 after 9. Here we go with 10. Broncos trying to even this up and keep it even as we get close to the side swap. Bird is out.
DD brings out the sniper as well, so that is an ult usage for James Madison as Boise State still holding onto the Sov ult. Didn't use it previous round when they did get it. Hopefully we will see the usage here as seems to be another mid push, but maybe rotating over to the side of B if they can catch out GB. Oh, what was that? That was a beautiful headshot by Panda.
Oh my
Did him
goodness.
dirty. He jumped to scout it for 1 second. You hit that flick.
That was impressive. Very, very impressive.
I'm jealous of that. Now Boise State up 1. Feeling good after that.
So they're moving toward A, trying to get some value, but they got to clean these angles out. Zobo in a really good spot here.
Only having a Sheriff, though, is definitely very dangerous. Holding in the corner.
They know.
Will get scouted out and taken down promptly. Boise State on a tear, rotating to A. Panda even have to go in all the way around. He could have gone through the mid, but guess it wasn't clear, so he's taking the safe route. Could be another flawless for Boise State. It is 2-5.
DD
Another
showing
great
that
bird
they can
flash.
do some great stuff. Doesn't matter how many people are here. DD can clean them all.
It's got 4 bullets for the 5, so he can at least get 4 of them.
Player standing.
Misses 1.
Oh, wow. That's the flawless you predicted. After 10, we are tied up as we would expect to be, 5-5. Hoping we can see that wicked flick headshot. No, it's going to come too late. We got the end of the round, which was still good, but yeah, that J-Bag mid shot was filthy.
I believe it was Panda on the Jet, was it not? Because it was Jet on
You
Jet.
might be right. You might be right. I was thinking it was...
J-Bag just gets all the plays in your mind.
You know what? I mean, I believe that J-Bag invented, invented water at this point. J-Bag can do no wrong.
Still have not gotten the whole J-Bag cam yet for the Twitch chat that they've been begging for.
They've been begging for that J-Bag cam.
But after a flawless for Boise State, they're sitting pretty, but so much utility in mid will lead to the downfall of Panda. Now Dreammaker's just going to bring out the Sova ult. Lands on 1.
Can't get an elimination with it, but does take some heat off
The
him.
Odin, though, coming out from DD. It's a gun we have not yet seen. Big respect for bringing out the LMG.
Out of charges.
Kidding.
Boise State also down 1.
Grenade comes out from the KO and doesn't get anything on it. James Madison with the advantage here, except they don't own the space. The Broncos do, and they can hang back and force them to make big mistakes, but now it's just 2 on the Broncos side. Oh, they did not even know he was there, but he couldn't get a finish on him. That's 1. Can you get 2? Oh, tries to get out the classic and just can't get it done. Can't get it done. They're gonna get this. James Madison is gonna go ahead just a little bit.
3 HP.
I have this fear that we're going into some serious overtime if we're not careful. That's happened a couple times before.
I hope we don't break the record of the previous Valorant cast that I did of 36 rounds.
A J-Bag cam for the front. Yeah, that's right. 36 rounds for the fans. Enjoy your JBag cam whenever possible. This brought to you by Sweaty Comms.
Sweaty comms.
Sweaty Comms.
Sweaty comms.
I think we're going to have to create an energy drink called Sweaty Comms.
I don't think people want to drink something that's called sweaty.
We'll
Kinda bad
market test
branding
it. We'll
there.
market test it first, and then we'll find out.
As the
Oh.
business major here, I would not want to drink something called sweaty.
The double jump with the ult. GSB does not find anybody lurking. GSB chasing now. Shells doing a quick switch over to the other side. We get to see that beautiful butterfly knife. Reminds me of my 80s, my Tony Hawk skateboard pro skater, and my butterfly knife and throwing stars. All right.
Both ults on the side of both teams. One ult apiece. Jet ult was used.
Oh, Broncos with
DD
position.
with this
Oh
Odin.
my gosh.
Spike
Oh,
down B.
Get out of my way!
I mean, say not respecting the Odin right now is costing him as DD's on a triple.
Jabald clears out finally.
Does have the spike and continuing
Dog
not
going out for a run. Gets
Hits
the
the wall.
stun. Oh, no, you're right. Hit the wall. Didn't get the stun.
just cancel the plant. They're not pushing. It's okay. Get the plant now.
There we go.
Sova going
Now we
for the
go.
master flank.
Yep.
Might be able to get it as no members of James Madison are watching their butts. It is 2v2 now.
Yep. He's going to have that drop. He's got a
Jet still has her ult though.
clean.
One enemy
Oh,
remaining.
there's one.
There it goes. KO in the 1v2 situation.
That is tough for the bad robot.
He maybe is about to get KO'd. Haha. Oh, there it goes.
There it is. Okay. One step forward, one step back for James Madison. They
Switching
can't
sides.
quite get a good enough lead on the Broncos on this, and it's time to switch sides. Okay. So the Broncos on defense. How are we feeling compared to James Madison, what we just saw?
I mean, I would be feeling actually quite confident comparing these to the first two maps of how split they were, and from Boise State coming back to it being so close on map 2 that it was, what, the 13-10 or 13-11. It was very close. And now here where we're perfectly even consistently, it's just been back and forth rounds. Boise State has to be feeling pretty confident of they can do this, and I definitely am rooting them for. So now going into the defensive round, you got to win these early rounds, and I totally expected Pan to just drop their sheriff because he's been clearing mid by himself multiple times and getting a ton of value. Oh, very risky play.
Yep. But gets a lot of information, trades it for 30 health.
That's why you play the Jet. It's quick, just be able to poke it, get that angle, dash away. But Jabald with these birds has been landing these flashbangs again and again.
Oh, with the classic, gets a little bit of dirt off of the chamber.
Could use the dog here for the extra scouting and the concussion.
Got to get close enough to get it, but not
Look
so
at the health
close.
bars,
Yeah.
though. James Madison is hurting right now compared to Boise State.
Yep.
Still very slow round, 50 seconds. Plenty of time,
All right.
but can see the smoke coming
Oh,
down
yeah,
from
yeah.
that brimstone.
He was ready to try to get some recon there with that arrow, with that good lineup, but could not allow himself to do it after he saw where some folks were.
I'm too far.
Yeah, James Madison playing very much slower than Boise
Oh.
State. 4 members scouted. A great bird's going to land.
But they got to capitalize on it.
Ooh,
Oh.
gets 1, gets 2.
Spike
Ball with
down
the
A.
classic. Gotta click those heads with that sheriff.
Ooh.
Oh, goes down.
Didi, though, coming back.
2v2.
Didi just needed the first 2 maps to warm up. He's just been coming online right now.
That was a nice angled molly there. J-Bag just
On
trying
a
to take away
triple.
little space.
No, he's there.
One enemy
Ooh.
remaining.
Oh, let's go. 44. This is
2v1 and they get it.
yeah.
He didn't have spike, didn't
ahead.
have control of the map, still just pushing right up.
Almost
Ooh.
got him too.
There's an
Hey.
extra 2 seconds. That would have been
This is the
elimination.
Broncos' first lead of this map.
And an early round. It was a pistol. This is the
Yeah.
first they've won early on.
That's true. They've given every other pistol round except for maybe one. No, I think they've given them all. This is the first one they've won. Pistol round win.
So
Nice
now,
job.
you know they definitely have to be feeling better of, we finally taken an early pistol round off. We took the lead of the tie that we've been in. It was a good round for Boise.
Revealing area.
I would call that tasty. Here we go. The Broncos trying to set up for this, trying to hold these
Got
angles.
the Spectres now too. They have the econ advantage.
I feel like the Omen has done very, very little for them. Oh, sees him.
I would agree.
Shock dart ready to go. Nice little jump there, but he's going to give away his position as well.
Also suppressed, so he's just going to have to simply back off. But Panda with the Marshall, able to get one before trading with DD.
You know what? And actually having DD off the board is a big advantage to the Broncos. So you don't
DD's
like
still
to
on the
lose
board.
Panda. Oh, I thought you said he traded with DD.
He got an elimination, then was taken down by DD.
Oh,
That's my fault.
This is bad. This is bad news. Oh no, everybody! It could.
DD went from being the first one eliminated to being the carry of James Madison at the moment. Ooh, great timing on that teleport by Shells. Able to see the two members pushing him. They know it's a hard push B at the moment, so Boise State is going to have to rotate over from A right now. There goes KO. Shells able to get one. Another +1 in this fight. +2, Dreammaker says. Make that +3, and Shells gets a triple.
Nice job, Shells. Clint Shelley, thank you for being the Grand Admiral of this team and doing everything you need to. We're going to get to see it here a little bit. Takes advantage. It seems like they should know where he is. Gets a little bit of a wall bang, takes some of that off. Finds it, does the right size burst. Really settles in. I would have sprayed that all over the place.
That was a 2v4 because the remaining two members of Boise State were still rotating over.
Yeah.
So that was all of Shells and forget who the other one was. I just saw Shells in the kill feed. I was like, Shells!
Oh,
Another great flash. Gets one. Scouts two more. Another one. Jabald's going in. They read that perfectly.
yes, they did. Nice job, Jabald on the Sky, healing up the team.
Sky's looking to ult as well.
Advantage Broncos. James Madison trying to move in. Oh, the gun gives you away. But still, the chamber battle goes over to DD.
He's been bringing it back ever since Panda hasn't been on the chamber. The plant will end up going down on B, so now Boise State is on the attack.
If we were going to name a James Madison player of the game, it would probably have to be DD at this point. All right, Dreammaker trying to get...
Had a rough start, but brought it back.
Al goes down.
Shock arrow.
Scanning ahead.
Just teleport out of there, so now Boise State just has to reclaim the point, sees the jet dash across. GSB has also been a huge contender for the team.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, and just trapped in the hallway there. No dashes left.
There he
That'll be it.
goes.
Broncos up 2 now on James Madison. James Madison needs a turnaround here if they're going to take this to extra innings, but it doesn't really look in their favor right now. They're struggling quite a bit more on attack than they did on defense. They chose this map. They chose the order, and the Broncos are defying the strategy that they laid forward. Shells coming to life.
I'm pretty sure at this point every member of Boise State has had their highlight moment. Jabald started that off so early on with the great flashbang birds, getting the two-piece, even ulting to just make James Madison back off of that A push. And seems we might even see a repeat of this because 3 members of James Madison are just pushing up on A.
All right.
Sticking to the sheriff route. Dog's gonna come out, scout it out, shot immediately.
Yep. Got visibility, though, if not the stun. So no one was really in position to capitalize on that stun. Jabald.
DD brings out the chamber ult, so sniper will be in play.
They're just trying to... Oh.
Didn't even fire a shot.
Whoa.
What is that, 5 HP?
Oh, my goodness. Go find your Sky. There's your Sky. Thank you for picking him up. Nice
exactly
work.
what he needed, so Panda's back in the game now.
Yeah.
But Boise State did end up losing that Sova.
That's going to be a problem. Nice telly out.
He's going to recall both of them and just rotate around. Boise State just trying to read where James Madison is going to push. They do have 3 members set up on B, 4th rotating over. whereas only GSB on this jet was over an
30
A.
seconds left.
You can see in the back line at the defender spawn just deciding which side to go at.
Zobo clearing some vision there.
Kedge destroyed, so they have been scouted. Sees the rotation. A lot of damage. Look how low they are.
Oh my goodness. It's even right
10
now.
seconds left. Spike planted.
Couple of volts available. 3v3.
And a triple.
Spike planted. This is
One
not.
enemy remaining.
Oh, the Omen getting some value. The Omen, the last one left. He's going to clear him out. Broncos are going to defuse and go up 10. Only 3 away from closing this out.
This
3
is exactly what
a
we
lot more
see
than 7.
from Boise, though. They've been winning the trades. It hasn't just been 1 for 1. It's been 2 for 1. It's been sometimes even 3 for 1 with Panda getting the triple, so we can see in this replay.
Yep, and Panda takes him out. J-Bag takes out GSB. Panda then goes down to the Ray. Jabal takes out that Ray, and we defuse.
Boise State is now 6-10.
Bulldogs, a really strong team from James Madison. At this point, I'm sure we're going to see them again in the playoffs.
Yeah, as we mentioned, they only had a +1 round diff just to show how closely these two teams are matched up. And some great scouting from Shells shows once again they're going for a hard B push. Seems they're taking a note from Boise State with how aggressive this is.
Oh, nice job. The Rise planning.
Spike planted.
Spike's down already, and the Omen ult is up, but they have to deal with both the Sky and the Jet ult if Boise State decides to use them.
Yep,
The
James
Sky
Madison
ult comes out.
Yep. Position and priority on the side of James Madison, but they drop 2 players really quick. They can hold
One
that
enemy
space.
remaining.
Panda looking for that opportunity. They know where they are. Oh! What raid!
enemy
Triple! Oh my gosh. What? Oh my gosh.
Ace by his lonesome.
Ace. There's so much respect for the Rye right now.
He just came back from not doing a whole lot for his team to acing for his team.
Oh, you just gave your entire team a shot of hope and adrenaline, and this is not what the Broncos need right now. 1, 2, 3. That's got to be number 1 on the plays of the game right there. That's got to be number 1 of 5. I haven't seen anything that good yet.
That's
wow.
the first ace we've ever seen.
It is. And, oh boy, if Ray wasn't already attached to a university, we'd be having a conversation about college plans.
And you have to remember that whole time they had their ult up, so they weren't getting anything out of the ace other than just more econ. They could have gotten ult charge from that, but they didn't even need to use it.
No, Broncos take the first hit right here. We're looking at Ray on the side.
Using all of his
Steals
utility.
Sight. Yeah, they're pushing hard in this. Broncos are going to have to rotate to get there. They get Heaven, but they're down 1 at this point. They get close to evening it. Ray's going to plant again. Or Rye? I keep saying it different every time.
It's the Omen, we know.
It's the Omen. Here we go. Okay, Broncos even it up. But they've got a lot of work to do because there's a spike in play and it's ticking.
They did use the chamber sniper. As we watch him miss the shot. Bad timing. Ooh!
Last player standing.
Didn't check the corners.
Nope. So close. And that was the right play to keep trying to get those eliminations. You really didn't have anything worth hanging on to, but you might have had the ability to clean out 2 folks. But James Madison now in a really strong position of economy, and I love that skin. I thought that skin would equal the win, but it did not.
You can see how low he got the Omen. He's at less than 10 HP.
Yeah.
So if he had just sprayed 2 more bullets in there, he would have gotten that elimination. But
whether you're at 150 total or you're at 1 HP, your bullets still do the same amount of damage. That's truth, friends.
very true. Once again, another hard B push coming out from all 5 members. Shell scouts it out and has to TP away.
Yep. But he's got the good position. They're going to rotate quickly. They're going to rotate long there, but they know
Panda
where
brings
they're
up the
going
jet ult.
Oh, that's
There
how
it
you
is.
do a jet ult GSB. Take a look at this one.
Ooh, called out.
There
Oh,
we
that's
go.
the second.
Yep.
One last shot for it.
Oh.
Did end up missing it, so that's the reset. Only having the classic.
Oh
Even
my
gets
God.
the elimination
What?
with it.
What? There we go. Panda.
With a triple.
Very impressive. Very impressive.
GSB takes some notes. Quote from Doc Haskell.
What? No.
Someone clip it.
No. No, nothing but respect for this team and GSP.
Oh.
I'm just saying, if you want to go back and look at some things, everybody would be happy to have.
This is
an alt
learning
play.
at its finest.
It is.
We mentioned these two teams should be scrimming each other with how close they have been.
They really should be.
But now Boise State's been pulling away at 8-11. But this is on third map in a best of 3. That's how close these two teams have been.
The differential coming into this was 1.
Exactly.
All right.
And Omen is trying to keep their team alive as Sova ult's going to come out and not land onto anybody.
Standing
So
ahead.
that will be utility wasted. But now GSB's bringing out their own jet ult, trying to come back swinging.
Noah sending it around the other way. They're doing a big rotate here. Letting
Boise State
GSB.
does have the gun advantage here.
Yeah, they do.
With the Vandals and the Phantoms, GSB just waiting for somebody of Boise State to get a little cheeky.
Oh, now
Quick
Boise
little
State.
hello.
Yeah, having some fun.
I mean, this is when you have slow attackers. You just got to bide your time. And right now, Shell's still holding on to B, waiting to see where James Madison is deciding to push. Huge scout. Landing into 3 members. Another great flash coming out from this sky. Dreammaker's going to have to throw out the drone. Scouts, too, trying to push heaven.
But gets the
Planted.
go gets them both. What's going on here? Very, very nice job. Panda
Huge trade.
with the carry. That's 3 for Panda. Let's go.
Panda even able to take down GSB while they were ulting and still gets it.
But that, you know.
Better jet. Better jet.
No.
Better jet.
I'm just saying we should always
Match
be able to
point.
appreciate the good play of others, even if it's against us. But
Oh, 100%. That's why I respect Ray on this Omen. Getting that ace
Yeah.
was beautiful.
that was. I mean, we had been talking about was what's the Omen about? And
That's what they're about.
Yeah, yeah.
Solo
Then they
acing.
get the solo ace. Yeah. Okay, this is match point for the Broncos. This could be a very frustrating end for James Madison. Boise State has to close this out, and the map drops. Here we go.
Broncos also have 2 ults to James Madison, none. So they're sitting pretty here. We get ready to... Ooh, but Shells this time also bringing out an Odin, trying to show Didi how it's done as Didi gets eliminated first by Panda and Jebal takes down KO. The defenders got a little aggressive and took down 2 members very quickly. This could be the end for James Madison.
That is a tough spot to be. Broncos, remember it from the previous game on Heaven. They were down 5-2 in the end.
Sky ult comes out.
Everything can come out at this point. You got to clear 2 people out.
Only has the Sheriff.
Last player
Oh, tough. And that's it. Yes.
Defenders
On a
win.
flawless, no less.
Broncos win. And they did a great job. That's going to put them up ahead of James Madison, who is still in the playoffs. The ECAC takes the top half. James Madison is a top half team without a doubt. We're going to see them again in the playoffs. The Broncos get away with one 2-1 against James Madison, and it is on. They moved to 5-1 overall, and James Madison drops to 5-2. Now, of course, we're appreciative of the Idaho Army National Guard, who reminds you, Brenner, if you're interested, there are over 9 jobs with $20,000 bonus. Did you know that you can get a bonus just for signing up for the National Guard? Yeah. 2 weeks a year, 1 weekend a month. Isn't that how it works? Anyway, you're going to find out all sorts of stuff. Doesn't matter if you're Idaho or any National Guard. There are lots of bonuses available. They need smart people. They want to put you through college. They want to give you all sorts of good stuff. So check them out. Okay, that was really impressive. Now, again, James Madison falls to 4-2, but they're in the driver's seat with 3 weeks left. They're going to be just fine. They're going to make the top half of the league. They're going to be in the playoffs. Broncos put themselves in an even better position by moving to 5-1. They're certainly going to get a better slot in the in the rundown for the bracket for ECAC, but we're just a couple of weeks away. What did you like out of this team tonight that you hope you see more of?
Definitely how well they're able to push a point with their utility and take charge of it. But if they are losing that fight, how quickly they rotate to the next point over. We saw that multiple times, especially on things like Haven, where they have the 3-point option, can go from, you know, C to B to A in the span of less than 10 seconds with how close they can just rotate and say, all right, we had huge trades on this point. Let's just rotate, where they're going to think we're just going to hunker down and try to win this fight. No, let's just abandon it, go somewhere, get the spike plant down, get the econ from that, and continue pushing forward. They have a great team strategy.
So for me, although that Omen play was phenomenal,
It was definitely a huge standout.
Didi is my player of the game for James Madison.
All right.
Who's yours for the Broncos?
For the Broncos, it's hard not to give it to Panda just because they are such a standout player on their
give
side.
It to Panda. There we go. I agree. So let's find out who we chose for the Idaho Central player of the game. Shells. Okay, you know what?
Well deserved.
That's some sneaky dad logic right there, but we'll accept it in this case.
I'm actually really happy with that because this is something we forgot in these early runs that we're highlighting now. They popped off multiple times in the first map and even the second map. We were constantly highlighting Shells even when they were playing the Breach, is just having a good background player. And that's something I touched on not even 5 minutes ago, is every member of Boise State had their moment in the sun. Everybody had a triple at one point, at least a double, had fantastic ult usage, team play. We kept highlighting Sweaty Columns, and at that last highlight, he had a quad.
It's true. And the Idaho player of the game, of course, brought to you by Idaho Central Credit Union, who believes a great player makes a team more successful, like Shells, like Idaho Central's helping members achieve financial success. Clint Shelley. Shells is our Idaho Central player of the game. Very, very good.
Well deserved.
Okay, so we're about to wrap this sucker up and get on out of here. This was an amazing match. You're going to be able to join us next Tuesday. I imagine you're going to have the right person to be sitting at this desk with you, and D'Angelo and Rich Rad joining us. And it'll be good. It'll be good to have some folks back in here. Thank you to all of our folks on chat for allowing the old guy to sit in and yell at you for a little bit. Now I'll just ask that you get off my lawn. And so we're going to present now the top 5, which is, of course, the Idaho Army National Guard. We just mentioned more than 10 jobs. I said 9. Yep. More than 10 jobs offering a $20,000 bonus and the degree of choice paid for by the Idaho Army National Guard. It's the best team out there. So one word to close out the night would be?
Good job, Ray.
I knew I could have told you he was going to totally blow through the premise of the question.
How do you say that in one word?
You know what?
Phenomenal. There you go.
There we go.
There you go.
Yeah, it still took you 45 words to get there. That's fair.
Don't talk about that.
I'm Doc. We'll see you next time. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, but now it's a 2v2 situation. James Madison does have the health advantage, but they know they're going for that A push once more, so Boise State able to collapse on it. But the smoke goes down.
Nice job. Nice job. Caught some time.
Drone even scouted him out. They know he's there. The wall did come down from that Astra, and the enemy saw the numbers advantage. It's definitely a risky game that they're playing at, especially with that Viper still all by herself over on A.
Well, patience definitely favors the defender in a case like this.
Ooh, the ult rocket came out.
Oh, my goodness.
That's a triple for Shells.
Yep, and he realizes he's over there.
Just been stuck to the UI of placing it.
Oh, wow. That's the third ult spent on this one round, and I don't know that was a good decision.
Got the headshot, so they're +1 in this fight now. He knows they're there. Gets the shot. He's on a triple again. Can he make it a quad?
Do that on the last one, and it ended up forcing them to take a duel that they didn't want to take. Guarding heaven up there. Shells looking for that opportunity.
Can hear him.
Footsteps. Oh, picked off by the
trade.
1v1. Who's it gonna be?
Uses the jet ult and it cost him.
Yep. And that's the second time the jet gets matched, but they drop 2 players really quick. They can hold that space. Panda looking for that opportunity. They know where they are. Oh! What raid! Triple! Oh my gosh! What? Oh my gosh!
Ace by his lonesome.
Ace. There's so much respect for the Rye right now.
He just came back from